Okay. Let's see.
So 2 paladins, a druid, and a ranger.
Okay. Let me go ahead and get this started. So, Typhon, you and Malek have a conversation and discuss some of your findings. You decide to start up a survey group. You find that the new individual to the group, relatively new, from what you've heard about him, he's some sort of hunter or something to that effect. You see him in his red and black armor. He looks like some sort of knight or fighter. You do see that there's a symbol emblazoned on his chest. Go ahead and roll me a religion check. You would recognize the symbol as a kind of derivative of the goddess Ignoskai, who is a god of fire, a god of fury, a god of war in some regards. And she is a part of the Agamemnonid, which is like the main human pantheon.
The main human pantheon?
That's right.
Okay.
You would also request that Faren accompany you, because you're not sure where you're going, and with Malek kind of staying back because of his uncertainty, not sure exactly where he wants to go. He kind of yields to you and your group. You also know that besides Faren, the best tracker in the survey camp, or in the cavern camp, happens to be Aramil and Schnellashan, the former owner of Crane Manor. And he seems to be a bit dour. He set himself up
I can't imagine why.
He set himself up in a small cavern away from you guys, but it seems that the cavern has kind of like a 15-foot wide kind of open air to it, and he's kind of set stones in the middle of it, and on top of those stones, there's a very familiar statue to you that used to sit inside of Crane Manor. You also know that there's a statue just like it in a cavern far off to the south in the fortification that Bunder held.
What is the statue of? It's that jade statue he had, right?
No, it's the teleportation statue. It's the one that linked Crane Manor to Bunder's
nice
fortification.
Nice. That's pretty fucking sweet, because that gives us like an easy out if shit hits the fan.
It seems that Aramil's kind of looking at it annoyed and kind of frustrated. He is kind of sitting off, as you've seen him before. He is kind of in a like a station for his normal trancing, but he appears to be kind of just he has a very annoyed look on his face. John Shaff, since you've gotten here to this place, you've tried to set up the connection so that it works, and everything you've done has proved fruitless. Every time you've tried to get someone to help you, that's an Arcanist, they've been less than forthcoming. As though appears to be kind of on the outskirts of the cavern camp, from what you can tell, and has kind of lost a bit of himself, so you've kind of stayed away from him. And Cardiff has found himself a hole just like you have found, and he's covered the entirety of it with just chalk markings and ruins. Yeah, you're not sure. You're really not sure what's going on with him, but you think there might be new mages in the group, but so far as to say, you haven't been introduced to any of them, and your own attempts to try and figure out how this works have failed.
Yeah, it seems like Aramil's kind of reverted back to his reclusive and aloof ways since losing everything that he thought he had built up.
Yeah, humility has definitely come at you by not your own decision.
Hey, Shaff.
You want to go on venture? You want to go?
Hey, Shaff, do you have 400 GP? Actually, do you have any healing potions?
Efforting. I do have healing potions.
Many.
6 of them.
Well, what if I give you
Nope.
a 250 GP emerald for some potions?
I mean, you want like 3 of them? I don't know how much potions are, but
Well, if I buy them from the potion maker, they're 200 apiece. Normally, they'd be 50 apiece. So if I get 3 of them from you for 250, that's still a deal for me.
that's fine.
Sweet. You now have 1 emerald worth 250 GP.
Adding.
As you're kind of haggling with them, you brought along Faren and she. You two are standing outside of the cave as he's basically inducting Aramil into the group. And as you're standing outside, you see a dark-skinned woman with white hair approaching you. Faren, you would recognize her as the drow woman who entered the camp early in its onset, named Andruxil. You think you might have spotted her in the camp as you've kind of been here for a couple of days, but you don't know her at all. But she has a very svelte kind of look to her. She has 2 long knives on her belt, and she's wearing kind of a reductionist leather armor, as stereotypical Dungeons and Dragons females in olden
okay.
in olden times would often do.
Sure. Actually, if you read some of the crap that I posted, I did actually talk to her in one of my posts.
That's correct.
It wasn't anything elaborate or big. I just kind of asked her some questions and stuff. So I would at least be familiar with her.
Right. She doesn't seem to be like. She seems to have a purpose. She's walking past you two and heading into the cave.
All right. I say, Andruxil. That's how you pronounce her name, right?
Yeah. She kind of gives you a look and continues past you, like she's just kind of shade mode. She just walks past you into the cave.
I try to walk after her a little bit and kind of say, "Pardon me, we're going to go out on a little journey out there, and I don't know if you want to come with us or if we can come with you." She
walks into the cavern camp and she looks at Typhon, and in Elvish she says to him, not knowing if he can speak it or not caring really. She says, "I hear you're going on a survey mission. I wish to join you, especially if he is joining you." And she looks to Aramil.
Typhon looks at her, blinks, looks at Aramil, blinks, then looks back at her and blinks, and then points at himself and says, "Are you talking to me?"
She wants to go on the mission.
Yes.
Oh.
Everybody speaks Elvish except for Chad, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's a knight of a kingdom that Elvish is one of their main things.
We will have to remedy that.
Yeah, that's something I would like to remedy at some point.
Tutoring sessions.
Who might you be, and what interest do you have in me?
I'm Andruxil of the Dreaming Cult. You are Aramil Imshnellishan?
I am.
You in my dreams.
You're not the only one.
Oh, the same old Aramil.
Damn, I missed you, buddy. This is going to be great.
She kind of has a flush to her for a moment, but then she kind of looks back at you with her whitish eyes that kind of gleam red in the light. And she says, "I anticipated your humor, but I didn't know that it would cut so well." And she says, "But yes, I have truly seen you in my dreams. It is fortuitous that you have come. The entity is awakened. The entity has its desires set upon your camp."
The entity.
Everybody else who can speak Elvish, you would know that Andruxil has referred to the sleeper in the old city, the aboleth that rests within, as the entity.
All right.
Aramil, being a bit reclusive, will probably have this explained to him by one of your allies.
Yeah, he does. Typhon breaks it down for him. Is that, hey, by the way, this motherfucker killed Drunk.
Well, okay, I listened to part of that session out of character.
Fair. She kind of, she says in Elvish, "If you have no reason to deny me, let us be on our way."
Typhon, should I take my steed or not, guys? What's the consensus here?
What skills do you offer?
Did you ask her that?
Yeah.
She turns and looks back at you, and she kind of grins. And in a flash of an eye, she whips out one of those long knives and throws it straight at you. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh. Nice.
In a just amazing show of confidence and skill, still sitting in his trance-like state, Aramil lifts his hand up and grabs the long knife by its hilt as the blade kind of rests over his shoulder, and he kind of tucks his head to the side.
Not bad. You might serve useful. Now tell me more of this dream.
You toss her back the knife, gather up your things, and start to set out. As you kind of question her along the way, she doesn't seem to answer too much. Typhon, you remember from Malek's conversation that you intended to kind of head along the east way, past the ruined temple and the new water source that Faren has verified, continuing on up the bridge steps to the fallen wall. It looks like an old fortification wall that was kind of set and possibly extended out to like across the waterways. You're not sure, but you know that you've seen kind of fortifications there, and during some restful periods, you've seen lights kind of dancing in those areas. From what you understand, there's a place called Augez somewhere around here that's supposed to be inhabited or supposed to have some kind of link to the automatons they found in a different place. The ruined temple specifically beneath it, and your intent is to kind of follow up. The steps aren't terribly treacherous. You guys make your ways up into them and then enter into kind of a city street. You can see smaller buildings of dwarvish structure, a couple of small dwarvish towers, but it has a very claustrophobic feel for anybody who isn't a dwarf. It does feel like the road is a bit more narrow than one would like, whereas a human road might be 20 feet wide. This one is only 10, whereas dwarvish buildings are larger than human buildings, inverse of what you would expect out of a human town.
So, does that stone I have, does that kind of shield me from that claustrophobic effect?
So it's not like an actual like claustrophobic effect. It's just imagine going to like a kindergarten or elementary school.
Oh, I got
and going into
it's like,
going into the bathroom and like the toilets are down here, or going into the classroom there. It's kind of like everything's kind of built for a 4 foot tall person instead of built for a
story of my life.
Typhon is. Yeah, you're too tall. You're too lanky. That said, you don't see too much in the way of movement or anything to that effect. But I do want Typhon and Aramil to both make me a perception check.
Yeah, I imagine Typhon and Aramil are on point.
Yeah, that's what I assume as well.
19.
So, yep, neither of you really kind of see anything untoward. But Typhon, you notice that where the wall kind of breaks apart and kind of meets with the actual stone wall of the cavern, there appears to be this kind of rotunda or like just facade, rather, of a tower that's built into the stone wall that goes all the way up into the ceiling of the cavern that you're in. It appears that there's an entrance to this tower somewhere within the kind of near where you are, set into the wall where the wall connects with the stone. Does that make sense? The dwarvish constructed wall where it connects with the caverns wall. There's this large tower that seems to be built into the caverns wall, like Petra style, that goes straight up to the ceiling of the entire cavern.
Is this the tower that we saw the weird lights?
No.
Okay, but it's in the general area.
It's in the area. The area that you saw the weird lights is basically the city portion that you're in right now.
Okay. See, I approach the tower on my horse, and once I'm...
Whoa, you're riding a horse?
Yeah, the road's 10 foot wide. I mean, there's nothing for you to introduce now.
It's cool.
And then about 30 feet of it, and then hit it with Divine Sense.
Upon doing so, it doesn't appear that there's anything to the tower that kind of emanates within. But from what you can see, there's a door that's just slightly hanging off of its hinges. It looks like it enters into kind of a lighthouse kind of structure inside. From what you can see, it looks like it kind of leads into a open space within the cell of the tower, and there's a series of stairs that wind up the interior of the tower itself.
All right. So Typhon hops off his horse and he gestures for Aramil to follow, and the others to follow as well, but to kind of hang back because once again, him and Aramil are going to take the point.
Makes sense.
Is going to be the first one through the door. If something jumps out and tries to whack him, Aramil is going to pop it. And
which was accurate. It's about there. Whoever flashed.
Yeah. So, anyways, he draws out Lumiere, activates the light, and approaches the door, sword and shield at the ready.
Okay. Yeah, you enter into it just fine. Your light kind of seems to be kind of emanating a bit further than you'd anticipate, kind of glowing brightly inside of this tower. The diameter of the tower is probably somewhere around 50 feet. Let's see, actually, bear with me here. Yeah, about 50 feet. And it looks like it kind of funnels upwards and kind of narrows towards the top. But like I said, it looks like it goes up for some distance. From what you can tell, well past your sight, and well past everyone else in this group's sight.
So like hundreds of feet?
Hundreds of feet. It looks like the stairwell also is, it kind of starts off at about a 10-foot width, but it narrows very quickly to a 5-foot width along the side of the structure. So you're thinking that if you are to ascend upwards, it's going to be a single file ordeal. And Andruxil seems to be kind of leaning towards the back of the group. It seems to be watching everyone's backs.
So the ground floor is clear. There's nothing suspicious.
Nothing. Yeah, it's just a 50-foot wide diameter, like round area, and stairs that kind of start at one point and kind of move up to the top.
So there's no other floors in the cavern. It's just this spiral staircase that goes all the way to the top.
Not that you can see from here. Yeah, that's that. It seems that it's just a straight shot up.
Doherty says it's clear.
I'm thinking if we're going to go up those stairs, maybe we want Typhon and Chai in the front. Otherwise, if Chai gets stuck in the back, he won't be able to get up to where the action could possibly be.
How are the stairs aligned? Are they circular upwards?
Yeah. Basically, it's a stairwell that's connected to the outer wall of the tower.
Well, why doesn't Aramil just go ahead and go right up the wall, get ahead of us, keep a lookout in case something tries to jump us while we're going up the stairs?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to climb up to the wall and kind of hang out spider climb ahead of them and above them. Okay.
Stealthily. Stealth thing. I don't know.
Andruxil in the back, Faren in front of him, then she, then Typhon.
Yep.
Oh, is it Chi, not Chai?
Yeah, right. Aramil, you kind of ascend up a bit ahead of them, and they start to march up the way. Once they make it up about 25 or so feet, it starts to kind of come to that funnel point where it's narrowing. You guys hear a loud kind of stone on steel sound.
Like someone struck stone with steel?
Or like they're grinding together.
Like a gate?
Do you guys continue moving, or do you stop at the sound?
Aramil will stop and hold his hand up to the rest of them behind him so that he can listen to see if it's a constant sound or if it was...
Okay. Do the others stop then? I didn't remember.
Yep.
That's a yep from everybody? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Did it sound like it was coming from above or below us?
All around you.
Hmm.
The second you all stop, the floor kind of starts to oscillate and move. It appears that the steps underneath you are actually rotating upwards and are actually carrying you up at a very quickened pace along the length of the steps, like an escalator but on crack.
Oh, sweet. I was getting tired anyway.
Typhon kind of like bends at the knees to try and maintain his balance and like lower his center of gravity.
Surprisingly,
I'm getting the shield and hammer ready.
as you kind of set yourself to try and offset motion, you don't notice any kind of velocity change for you. It just seems like the world's kind of moving around you. While this is happening, Aramil, you're not moving. You are still stuck to the wall, and you see them start to basically shoot up the steps like some kind of old, hokey, film, like black and white film, some goofiness. Do you want to jump down on the steps behind them and continue up?
They're moving a lot faster than I would be walking.
Oh, yeah, a lot faster.
No, I'll try to run quickly behind them to keep up as much. I mean, it was 50 feet, you said, right? To the top, because we're 50 feet up?
No. I said after they go up about 50 feet, it starts to go nuts.
And you said, it was further than we could see. Okay. At this point, 50 feet up, can I see the top of the...
No.
Okay. Then... Yeah, I would jump
Make a
on
dexterity saving throw, because you took a while to decide. Alright, you hit the stone of the steps harshly. As you do so, Andruxil reaches down and grabs you as you start to roll off the side of the steps, grabs your hand, and it kind of buffets you against the stone for a couple of seconds, but the two of you, with your spider climb and her strength, are able to pull you up onto the steps next to her. I need you to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage as you're basically hitting the stone and then riding along the steps as it's going upwards.
Okay.
All right. After just a few moments, and she'll step and kind of yield her position in the back and allow you to kind of step in front of her. But as the spiraling finishes, it comes to a terminus. Up above you, you can see these strange stone and steel rings that seem to be kind of slowing down in a strange spinning. One's connected to a wall, and the wall seems to have mechanisms within it. One's directly above you, and there appear to be two more that are directly above you. And another thing that you see, strangely enough, is just ahead of you, a series of pillars, diamond in shape, that are set high, in like they go all the way up to the ceiling. But there's a portion of the ceiling that seems to be broken out, kind of fallen away. The thing that's perturbing you, though, is that sunlight is coming straight down and through.
Straight down from the tippy top of the tower?
It's like maybe it comes up, maybe it goes from the cave all the way out to sunlight.
Or maybe it leads all the way to the peak of the mountain.
The ceiling around the pillars and whatnot, the ceiling around the hole, rather, is very natural, very unworked. There are stalactites that are kind of drooping down from that point, and from some of those stalactites you can see moss kind of hanging down. There does appear to be a lot of moss all about the chamber that you're in, but just up ahead on your right side, you see what you think is a chest of some sort.
Anybody not have dark vision?
Okay.
I don't.
Well, Typhon's got a light.
Well, I can cast light on it if you need it.
Typhon
Sure.
walks straight up to the chest and stabs it with a sword.
Good idea.
I will cast light on, who was it?
Faren,
Whatever he wanted.
on my shield. Sweet, thank you.
Typhon, as you kind of move over there to grab or poke the thing with the sword, you kind of get this strange sensation that you're being watched. Something's looking at you.
By the chest. It's got
I'm gonna stop and look around. I mean, obviously, I've had a fair amount of experience with mimics.
Yeah.
I'm no stranger to mimics. I stab the chest and nothing happens. It's like a normal chest.
To be sure, it is a normal chest.
Okay, yeah.
But-
then I'm gonna stop and I'm gonna take
Anywhere
stock
in
of my surroundings.
anywhere in specific that you're wanting to designate your You're looking like behind the pillars, beyond the pillars, back the way you came, the hole, what have you.
Definitely. I'm okay. Let's start over here. I'm checking out this area.
All right. I'm going to need you to make me a strength athletics check.
Is this a check or a saving
Check.
throw?
Strength athletics check.
Not saving throws.
Okay. As you kind of settle there and just kind of look over that way, the rest of you see this strange tendril come down and kind of slap around Typhon. As it does so, Typhon kind of looks down, grabs at it, and pulls away. As it lifts him up just slightly off the ground, he maybe leaves the ground for maybe a second and gets this tendril off of him and like brusquely pushes it back. Once he's got it away from him, he kind of gets his shield on and kind of looks up into the ceiling. And what you see is a very strange creature, which I think you might have seen before. But one of the stalactites opens an eye and looks down at you, and its mouth also opens, and it speaks with words.
Oh shit, that's my
Son of a bitch.
So I got a question, real quick. So instead of this, okay, so this tentacle tried to grab me, and I managed to get it off of me, right?
Sure.
Okay, instead of just pushing it away, can I actually try to yank it down?
Sure. Yeah. So when you do so, you actually pull the tendril out of it. It seems that it comes out of a small orifice on the side of its head, and when you get the tendril down, it's nothing more than just like a flimsy piece of what feels like catgut.
Gross.
It looks down at you, and it opens up its mouth, and it says, in the common tongue, which again, weird. It says, "Who are you? Who are you that comes to take which is guarded?"
Wait, what did it say? Comes to take what?
Which is that which is guarded.
I am Typhon Demarcos.
You can just call me your death.
No, let me handle this, guys. Diplomacy is my deal here. So I walk up with my hands up and I say, "We mean you no harm. We come in peace. We just want to pass." Am I right, guys? I look at the two paladins.
I came for treasure.
Came to kill.
Okay, sorry. Well, come on, guys. You got to back me up on this.
I mean, sure.
Sure. Does that thing believe us? I bet at this point it probably not after that.
It's looking down at you, and it kind of looks to Typhon and says, "Who are you?"
Did you not hear me? My name is Typhon Demarcos.
"I do not understand the language that you speak. Who are you?"
Is it speaking the common tongue?
It is.
I am also speaking the common tongue. Why the fuck does it not understand me?
You're saying your name is Typhon Demarcos. It doesn't seem to understand that that's a name.
Oh.
Or maybe the concept of names.
Okay. I'm a knight of the Ordo Rosa, the kingdom of Stormloft.
It kind of just starts shaking its weird head. Again, it's about 25 feet up above you. The top of it is. The base of it is probably about 40 feet above you. So it's about 15 feet tall. But it's upside down and 25 feet over your head.
I think we could probably talk to this thing, Typhon. Tell it we mean it no harm.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been trying.
I guess you could call it that.
It looks past you and looks to Faren, and it says, "Who are you?" Make a history check there.
We will try. Try not. Yeah, I don't know much history.
You are annoyed at it too. You probably say your name is Faren.
Yes, my name is Faren. We just want to pass through here. We don't need to fight.
Skipping you guys, moving on to Chi. You're kind of battle ready, I assume? Okay, hammer and shield. Are you doing anything?
Just looking up at it.
It's certainly out of reach for your just regular attacks, but you think that with what you've discovered from the hammer, you could probably throw it at disadvantage and hit it.
That's true. God, I am Paladin of Ignis Ka. She come down here and we need to fight or talk.
Kind of looks to you and it kind of doesn't seem to understand. Its eye moves back to Typhon, and it says, "You are not Hezrao. Hezrao was the one who set my family to guard this place."
Do I know who Hezrao is?
You know what a Hezrao is? A
You and your
Hezrao is a
family.
type of demon.
It's a demon, right?
Why would he? What are you guarding?
She make a spot or a perception check, spot check. Okay. Yeah, it seems.
You said tell me to make a perception check?
I think you did.
Chi make a perception
Oh,
check.
I'm sorry.
Okay, a bit more perceptive. Chad Typhon notices that the tendril has regrown entirely. But Chi, what you notice is that one of the stalactites up on the ceiling seems to be moving. It seems to have taken a position opposite of the other roper and is kind of moving around towards your side of the group.
All right,
This
so
one's
there's another
eye.
one trying to flank us.
This one's eye is kind of like snapping quickly and it's trying to keep it's basically doing like, you know, when you're trying to fake that you're sleeping so you can stay up and play video games. It's doing that.
Yeah, I'll let the rest of them know there's one trying to flank around my side.
Yeah, he said his family. He said his family is guarding this, which means there's multiple ones. Are you sure you guys want to fight these?
As you point it out, it seems to understand that it's being pointed out. Its tendrils start flaring out wide and its eye opens and it kind of the other one looks to you and says, "Are you servants of Hezrao as well?"
I kill Hezraels wherever I find them.
Oh no!
He looks to you and he says, "Who are you?" Make a just an
Typhon, slayer of Hezraels.
make an intelligence check.
Not history.
Just intelligence. Yeah, you're still not picking up on what it's putting down.
Yeah.
If anybody else gets it, feel free to talk to it. But yeah,
All right. I'm all right.
Else make intelligence checks.
No, I think I can tell what's going on. Is that the stuff you're saying? They're not taking that. You're not. I say, Typhon, we need to back down now if we want to get out of this without a fight. Otherwise, we're gonna have to kill every one of these things in here, and we don't even know how many there are. So you got to make a decision: fight them, or we
Shoulder
back down.
at Faren, he says, "These things are abominations.
I agree.
They're abominations against nature. They cannot be allowed to live."
ropers are
Not a good
actually
fight, Noel.
ropers are actually just magical beasts. They're not abominations against nature.
They disgust me. They're gonna die.
They disgust me. All right, that's fine. You know, but you made the decision, so you better go to it now.
Well, just a heads up. I mean, I hate penguins, but every time I go to the zoo, I don't just kick them.
Well,
Typhon
that's because
does.
there's a big fucking sheet of glass in the way, John.
Fair enough.
All right, I have talked my way out of fights before.
I don't
Well,
hate
there's nothing
penguins.
I can do to reach him, so I'm gonna walk over here and see if I can open this chest.
I will look up and I'll tell them you don't want them. I will try to persuade them that they don't want to mess with us.
Okay. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. And Chad, you said you were going for the box, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe I should have tried to shoot it.
19 does not hit your armor class, correct?
Yep.
It flares its tendril at you, kind of slaps at you with it.
Typhon, like, literally just, like, away with his shield. Just, like, backhands it.
It kind of sets itself, kind of looks like it's prepared to throw more if necessary. And it looks down to you and it says again, this time more angrily, "Who are you?"
Who is it you expect us to be?
Servants of Hezro.
Can I make that intelligence check again?
No.
Okay.
They're going to attack you guys now.
I don't know if you noticed, but he just attacked me already.
Yeah, the chest is locked.
Oh, okay. He did attack you. You're right. Well, then we need to either fight back or, don't just sit there taking it.
I mean, even tickle. I mean, this guy got in an arm wrestling match with me and lost an arm.
I am the terror that flaps in the night.
So we're gonna go ahead and just
Sounds like it.
I'm Aramil, servant of Ezra.
as it seems to be unsatisfactory at this stage. Everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Ooh. I'm fast.
Aaron the mongoose.
I could see you guys walking into this battle.
All right, everybody rolled.
Yep. 1, 2. Yeah.
All right. Faren, you're first. There appear to be two of these creatures kind of up above you. Directly behind them, again, in the area that seems to be well lit, that kind of orangey area, directly above that is a hole in the ceiling. And it looks like it's, again, a natural cave work up above you and around where they're standing, with other stalactites kind of present and near them. Because of their positioning, if you're going to fire directly up at them with a range attack, they will have cover because of the stalactites.
Ooh. Okay. Well, let me think of something.
Unless you're a ranger with sharpshooter.
Unless you are Aramil Imshnelashon.
Yeah.
Sadly, I don't ignore cover.
Oh yeah, that's right. You don't have sharpshooter.
I don't know why.
Because stats are better.
Oh, crap. All right. Well, what I'm wondering then is I imagine I would know kind of the effects of how my spells work more than actually the character. I mean, the character would know better than actually I do. So, like, if, for example, I cast a moonbeam, would that be able to, we would be able to hit both of them then?
No, it's only 10 foot wide.
No, moonbeam is I thought it was moonbeam was 40 feet. I thought. I don't know. I'll cast it anyways. If I know it can at least hit one of them. But let me see.
Moonbeam is a pillar that's 40 foot high, but it's only 5 foot radius. You center it on a single point within range. Basically, because of the upside down nature of this, I'll allow it to kind of go up to the ceiling, or it can come down from above them and kind of shoot through them down to the floor.
Okay, you're right. It is 5 foot radius, so it'll only be a 10 foot. Like it could go totally on one of them.
Yeah, either way, it's fine because it's going to go from ceiling to floor. The ceiling's 40 feet above you.
All right, I'll plop that on. Oops, I was gonna do this. I'll plop it on this guy then. So he has to make a con saving throw, which actually he probably is pretty good con. This sucker does, but
I just made a glyph, and
ooh, I see it.
You have control of it. Place it where you like, and the saving throw doesn't come until the start of the next turn.
Actually, I guess I would have to probably move it a little bit off of it, because otherwise if these guys go to attack it, I don't want them to get in the radius. They'll take damage.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
If it's outside of the radius, it's not going to take the damage. It needs to be
in it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it is engulfed in ghostly flames that cause serious pain. So at the start of its turn, it will make a Constitution saving throw versus your DC, and if it fails, it'll take 13 radiant damage.
Yeah, now if it succeeds, does it take half damage?
Correct.
I think it says that. All right, okay. That is my turn. I think actually as a bonus action, I could take and make my I can cast a cantrip as a bonus action, right?
As long as the cantrip has a casting time of bonus action.
Let's see if it does. Yes, it does. I'll cast that. Okay. All right. And I'll stay where I am because I'm not up close next to those guys.
A white beam emanates from the ceiling and strikes down to the floor. It seems to have the roper in it, and it's kind of solidifying and becoming more filled with white moonlight. It seems that if anybody goes into it, it might cause pain to them as well. Aramil.
Take it down.
Okay, moves over, casts a spell, Hunter's Mark.
Nice. Here we
That
go.
will just hit. Okay. And that will hit as well.
Damn, son. You're awesome.
Yep, that definitely hurts it. Quite a bit. Okay, it'll start its turn. Failing a saving throw, so it will take the 13 radiant damage.
Yay!
As it does so, you can see parts of its form kind of splintering off, like stone cracking under the weight of ages, and blood seems to kind of start dripping down from it. You see its form kind of move in the stalagmite or stalactites, above Typhon. And Typhon, I need you to make a strength athletics check. And Aramil,
A strength athletics check and what else?
just a strength athletics check from you. And then Aramil, I'm going to attack you 3 times. Your AC is 16, so 2 hits. Shaffy, I need you to make me 2 strength athletics checks, please. Actually, no, sorry. Rewind. If I hit you, you're auto-grappled. If I attempt to grapple you because I can't hit you, then you're not. That's why you have to make a save at that point. Okay, got it. So you are grappled. And then, as a bonus action, you snap 25 feet up into the air at a diagonal. So you are currently 15 feet off the ground and 10 feet away from your initial position. I have you grappled with 2 tendrils instead of 1. All right.
As he gets like the diagonal.
He's 15 feet above you.
Yeah, I know, but since it's a diagonal, does he come within my reach as he gets yanked off the ground?
He doesn't, because he started 10 feet back.
Okay.
For just a moment, the tendrils were kind of set above you within probably striking distance, but the tendrils don't provoke opportunities.
Fair enough.
All right. I'm going to go with 2 attacks against Chi and 2 attacks against Faren. So first 2 attacks against Chi.
Second one will hit.
Okay. So you are grappled, and then Faren.
Wow, these things have long arms.
Yeah, 50 feet. That one will hit you. All right.
Wait a minute. How many did you go against me?
2.
Okay, yeah, one definitely hits.
Yeah, I have both of you 2 grappled as well. And then I'm going to... Oh, I can pull both at the same time. Okay, great. So both of you are pulled 25 feet towards it. Chi, because of your closer position, you are now 25 feet off of the ground because it's basically pulling you straight up. And Faren, because of your position away from it, it's not actually going to get you airborne. It's just going to pull you pretty much where Chi was standing.
Cool.
You're still on the ground, kind of grappled with this tendril. All right. It'll go to good times. Okay.
Save me, baby mama.
That's so sexy. I'm sure she loves it. She's probably like peacing out.
Fairy Fire, so it catches both of them. They'll both make dex saving throws versus her DC. Fail. They both start to glow with fairy colors. You ignore cover against them, and you have advantage on any attack rolls against them. Because they are bright and shiny. All right, Chi. You've got this one tendril kind of wrapped. It's kind of like set underneath your arms and kind of pulling up on your chest, lifting you up by your arms like one would lift a cat. But you feel a couple of things. First off, the tendril itself, it seems to have kind of like a sentience to it, like it's manipulatable, but it doesn't appear to have like a lot of bulk to it. It's more of like it's not like a tentacle. It's more like a rope. That's why they call them ropers. You feel like you have a couple of ways to get out of this. You can try and attack the tendril. You can try and rip the tendril with your bare hands and teeth, or you can try and remove yourself from the grapple by no means.
How close am I to the main body?
It lifted you up 25 feet, so you're probably about 10 feet shy of it.
All right.
5 feet shy of it. You're just out of range for a melee attack.
Yeah. Hit the tendril.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. Okay.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and use my channel divinity.
Okay. So channel divinity, it's when you make an attack, gain plus 10 to it. Okay. That's fine. 19 still misses. It hits against the tendril and kind of bounces aside. It's a little tougher than you thought, but you think that if you possibly use a sharper implement, it might be a bit better. Not to say that you couldn't destroy it with the hammer, just that it didn't seem to work that time. And you have a second attack? Yes?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think Paladin would get one.
Level 5, they get extra attack, yeah.
Oh, do you?
Uh-huh.
Well, why didn't I wait? Yeah, I'll try to hit it again.
Swing on.
Yeah, that missed.
Another solid miss. Yep. It's a little narrow, and it seems to be kind of like wisping, like as you try to swing at it, almost as if it's doing so. The creature itself is doing so. All right, Typhon, you're the only one that's currently grounded besides Andruxil. What would you like to do?
Which is the one that Aramil wailed on with his...
The one that's directly above you.
Okay, I drop my sword and I draw a couple of my Lavastine daggers and fucking chuck them as hard as I can.
All right, you're hurling them straight up, so it won't have cover, and you have advantage because it's glowing. But because you're throwing at distance, you'll have disadvantage.
Well, I mean, regular attack. I'll take that.
Yep, it's better than you would have got.
All right, so first attack.
Thanks, Drow. Uh-huh.
Yes. Second attack.
Okay. So do me a favor and make a dexterity saving throw.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Okay, so this is with +4.
Okay.
So 19.
So you throw the first one up, it hits against it, and then falls straight back down at you, and you kind of dart back. And as you do so, you spin around and throw the second one straight up. It connects with a portion of its flesh near the eye, and it starts to kind of like caterwaul and wail as the dagger sets inside of its skin.
Sweet. Okay.
It's still alive. It's just...
No, it's stuck with a dagger. That's cool. That was actually ass in my head.
Right. Goes to the top of the initiative. Faren?
All right. Now, am I up in the air or am I still on the ground?
You're on the ground and you're still connected with it, so you're still technically in a grapple with it. You can break the grapple with an athletics check or acrobatics check, your choice. You can attempt to break the tendril, which requires attacking it, or you can attempt to try and like muscle the tendril to break it.
Okay, well, here's a question for you. That would be my action, right? If I try to break it.
Any of those is actually going to require your action.
Okay, well, what I'm going to...
shape into something large?
I could, but I'm going to wait. Okay. You know why? Because it hasn't even bit me yet. I'm not sure if it really hates us. It might just, be kind of mildly annoyed. No, what I'm really going to do is I'm going to take this thing and move it over onto this sucker. You see this little moonbeam?
Okay.
Should I roll it?
You don't need to roll anything.
Oh, I thought you roll it each time. Oh, no, you don't. It just...
No. Well, you go ahead and click it for me so I can, when I make a Constitution saving, so I'll know. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, let me pop up there and do that then. Hunter's Mark. Boy, it was way up there. It does say Moonbeam Repeat, so you can re-roll it each time for damage if you want.
Yeah, click the spell again so we just have it set. That's fine.
Yep, I got it. So, see, that's an action to move it, I believe.
No, it is not.
I thought I just read that, though.
Oh, no, you did read it right. I'm an idiot. I'm the worst DM ever. Yes, you're right.
Hey, that's all right, man.
So that's your action. You can't move because you're grappled, and I don't think you have any bonus actions, right?
Actually, I do. As a bonus action, I'm going to activate my Staff of the Adder, and I'm going to say, looks like I don't know, I'm not going to make a witty statement, but...
No. Sticks to snakes! And you throw your stick out at it.
Yeah. So now I'm all ready. I'm all charged up. I got the shillelagh. I got the snake head. I'm ready to go.
Perfect. Okay. Aramil. Because of your current grappled state, I will not allow you to fire an arrow at it. But you can drop the bow if you'd like. You can draw another weapon.
Yeah, that's...
Bone razor his ass.
I will drop the bow.
Yep, or you can attempt an athletics or acrobatics check to remove yourself from the grapple, or you can attempt to muscle the thing and break it with your bare hands.
Yeah, I don't know if a 10 strength elf is going to be able to do that.
I guarantee it wouldn't.
I'll drop the bow, pull the bone razors.
Okay. And are you attacking the tendril then?
Yeah, the tendril that has me currently grappled.
Alright, go ahead and make your attack. Should be a total of 5, right? Yeah.
Yeah. With no hunter's mark.
Miss. 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 Miss.
Damn.
Hit. It's not dealing damage to the creature, you're dealing damage to the tendril. So no claws.
Oh, good call. Okay.
You do deal a point of damage to the tendril. And it seems to kind of like, if you've ever seen catgut on like the bow of a violin or any other instrument like that, you know how it kind of has like if you look at it, it looks like there's a bunch of different wires throughout it kind of connected into one larger wire. You kind of fleck out one of those strings out of it. It seems to kind of snap it and make it go a little lighter, but it's still holding pretty taut.
Like muscle fibers?
Yeah, like muscle fibers, like in catgut or the bow of a instrument. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Cool. It goes to them. As a bonus action, I'm going to move 25 more feet of Aramil to my mouth. And I'm going to bite attack him. I'm going to bite attack him. That's going to miss, even though I do have advantage on the attack. Oh, no, I hit. I hit. Yay, take 16. You guys watch as it takes Aramil up, and it puts him in his mouth like Attack on Titan style, and just and bites his shoulder deeply. Blood starts to drop from Aramil's body down onto you, Typhon. Flashbacks.
Wait, did you say parts of his body fall down on me?
His blood starts to drop down on you from his shoulder. Like when it bit into his shoulder, it wasn't like a ooh, that's cute, or like you've seen in the past, like bite kind of just bruises your leather. He dug into the leather and also the hide of his like cloak and just into him, and the elf is now bleeding down on you.
Sorry, my armor's made out of dragon scales, so I don't think you can bite through those, John.
He totally did, and it hurts like hell. And then it will, in addition to that, it's just going to go straight ham on the Typhon below. Tendril. Did any of those hit?
One of them did.
Okay. It snaps you by your leg. You weren't expecting it as you're blocking the others with your shield. It splits you like right off the ground, and it now has you like
and I don't have my sword. Fuck.
up in the air, and it lifts you up with basically with its reel as well. It can reel all creatures. I did it in different orders, but whatever. You get the point. It lifts you straight up into the air 25 feet. So you're now upside down and about 10 feet away from the top of its head. The other one is going to roll a Constitution saving throw because of the nonsense. It will fail. And did you re-roll the moonbeam?
Not again. So sorry, let me do that.
Yep, thank you.
Wait a minute. What the hell? Wouldn't it be also?
Just click the spell again. It's
okay.
I take 4 damage.
I will click it.
Once I'm 25 feet in the air, how far am I from Aramil?
About 10 feet because it's in its mouth.
John,
Nice.
you said we had advantage on attacking these things, right?
You sure do.
I don't know if that was taken into account.
You were attacking the tendrils, not the creature.
Okay, so the tendrils, being separate entities, don't have
They
the
are
advantage.
technically separate.
Okay.
Yeah. They have their own AC and their own hit point total. So.
Okay.
Yep. Basically, they're in essence they're bioweapons.
Oh.
If it loses one, it just grows another one like a fingernail. Did you roll that damage there, Kevin?
12. I rolled it a while ago.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. You were narrating and talking about cool things, so.
I was being a cool guy. Yep. It'll take the damage, but then with its turn, it's going to reel. It'll move Faren up to a height of 25 feet. It'll move Chi up to its mouth. And it will bite Chi. It'll hit Eileen.
Yeah.
And then it will... Oh, I cheated you, Chad. It wouldn't have changed anything. The last attack was a failure. This one only has 2 free tendrils. I'm just going to keep slapping Faren.
What do you mean you cheated me?
Yeah, so it had a tendril on Aramil already. So it only would have been able to make 3 attacks, not 4. Because it had a tendril lock. Yeah.
With 1, so.
So it's
I'll
going
give it to you.
It's fine. It's going to slap on Faren, just kind of like, because he's...
Does it slap and tickle?
It slaps and tickles, so you're going to take a total of 8 giggling damage. Oh. All right, and then Andruxil will go. She is going to... in Elvish, say to Aramil, "Hold out your dagger."
Which one?
Do you hold out your dagger, Aramil? All right. She focuses on it and says a word in Elvish, which you recognize as shadow. And when she does so, both of you and the roper are enveloped in complete darkness.
Cool.
Oh, shit. I keep forgetting I have fucking Hellish Rebuke. Damn it. Oh, shit. I could have done that.
Actually, it will get all of you. Complete darkness. All right. Chi, you have an idea of where it's at because it just bit into you. If you are going to attack it, you won't have disadvantage, but because of your proximity, you won't have advantage either. So they're basically negging out. So you'll.
I'm just gonna try to do the strength.
Don't they have
You're gonna break out. Oh, they do have fairy fire. Yeah, that's why.
Sweet.
No, you wouldn't have a disadvantage at all. You would have advantage just straight up if you attack again.
Okay. Yeah, I have nothing but bludgeoning weapons. So.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be cutting too well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to try to break out.
Athletics or strength, or sorry, dramatics. Or if you want to attempt to just muscle and break it, it's just a strength check. Escape will not destroy the tendril. Strength check will, that'll work. So you kind of just grab a hold of it, kind of wrap it around the hammer and pull like in 2 directions, and you can hear it snapping, and it basically looses you from it. Go ahead and make me just a dexterity acrobatics, or just dexterity if you don't have acrobatics check. Take 17 points of damage as you fall and hit the floor.
Alright, yeah, I can't cast a spell, can I?
You use your action to escape.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move this way.
Standing up will require half your movement, so you have 15 feet remaining.
Okay. My dagger should have done 3 points.
Okay, I'll put it on there. Your mic is messed up.
Sorry.
All right, Typhon, it's your up. Complete shadow. You can hear the sound of chain hitting with a squishy thud on the ground after you heard a from Chi. And then you kind of hear this like sloshing sound. It sounds like he's kind of dragging himself across the floor underneath you. You're pretty perceptive while you have that shield, but not so perceptive enough to keep a weapon on you when you get into a fight.
Well, I mean, I've still got more daggers.
Bring it.
So, since I can't really see in the darkness, but basically, here's what I want to do. I've got my shield in one hand, right?
Mm-hmm. It's kind of cut. It's kind of caught to you because of the tendril, but yeah.
So I can't just. What I wanted to do is I wanted to like kind of haul myself along the tentacle till I could get closer to the body.
Okay, so if you're just attempting to kind of pull yourself closer to it with a tendril, just make a strength athletics check.
Okay.
And this is your action to do it.
Okay.
You kind of pull yourself up to it, and as you do so, you kind of like can feel the weight of it near you. You know, like when you're in a room and someone's behind you, you can kind of know they're there. Well, this is a really massive, nasty creature. You can hear it, feel its hot, nasty stone breath, which kind of has like a death smell to it, and it kind of smells like elf too. But yeah,
can I just shove my arm down its?
Sure.
That's how I'm gonna hang on to this motherfucker.
You're shoving your hand down its mouth, you said.
Like my shield arm.
Okay. All right.
Into its mouth.
Okay. Perfectly fine. Faren.
All right. I would like to. So I could either attack the tentacle that has me, or to try to do damage so it drops me, or actually break out. Right.
So yeah, you can. Your action is going to be breaking out, either by breaking it, the tendril, or by like sneaking out of it, like weaseling out of it, or you can attempt to attack it.
All right. By it, you mean its tentacle, right?
Right. It hasn't pulled you up close enough that you can attack. Well, no, you're wielding our staff's reach.
No, 5 foot reach. So I think I will just try to use my staff to attack it and damage it enough that it'll drop me, hopefully.
Attack the tendril. Okay, go ahead and make an attack.
Because I have Shillelagh and I have activated the snake. So I'm thinking it's going to bite it and it's going to drop me. That's my hope. That's, you got to
make an attack with the Shillelagh.
Oh wait, do I get any bonuses like advantage? Since it's in Fairy Fire?
Yeah.
Should I roll again or just use a 19?
Just use whatever the higher of the two is. I didn't see your roll.
Oh, it's on there, isn't it? Am I lagging or something? Do you see it on there, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I did? No, this is what I did. I had it on self because I wanted to look up a spell. So that's my fault. Sorry, my bad. So let me re-roll that. That was a good one too. Damn.
What was the result?
It was an 18 or a 19, and then it was 11 piercing and 14 poison. It has to do a save versus DC 15.
It missed. So
sweet.
Fine.
That's like the bad roll.
The tendril has an AC from what you guys have gathered of 20.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you miss with the staff, and you're still kind of captured inside of it. Aramil.
So wait a minute. I do have a bonus action though, right?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Actually, I'm not sure if I have a bonus action I want to do. Can I cast Healing Word on myself?
Yeah.
As a bonus action? All right. I will do that then. That's a bonus action. So I'm going to pop that at second level and boom.
Cool.
So hopefully that comes up big.
Aramil, you're up. You can feel its hot breath against you. You can see its outline form glowing. You can even see its eye, which has now been kind of illuminated to a reddish kind of pink because of the fairy fire. What would you like to do?
Just got back, so I hope that wasn't too important.
No, what I had said is you are inside of a cloud of darkness. Your dagger that you held out is glowing with dark energy. It's the source of the darkness, and so you can't really attack with it. Well, I guess you can. It's fine. But That said, you can see the creature because it's glowing in fairy fire. So if you want to attack it, you can. You'd have advantage for the attacks.
And I'm within melee range of the creature?
It just bit your arm. I would like to. So yeah.
All right.
But did it bite its arm while its mouth was also full of my arm?
No, before it bit his arm.
Oh, I got you.
Then
You got a
should-
big mouth.
Yeah. Everybody just stuffing stuff down this thing's mouth. Okay, you cast Hunter's Mark. Hit. Miss, hit. Hit. And hit. Okay, so you guys see just kind of this weird flourish of shadows against the glowing side on this one, and you see kind of just spurts of shadows darting away from this thing. Aramil, you know what it truly is. It's blood being flung from it as you cut into its eye, its like gums, and its face. You feel content as the blood kind of just drips all over you, mixing in with your blood on your body. It's a mess. It's a damn
Now I
mess.
have HIV.
Yep. All right. I need you, sir. Are you doing anything else? That's it, right? You bonus action Hunter's marked. Oh, you wouldn't have been able to attack all 5 because you wouldn't have been able to make.
You are correct.
I'm going to gain that last 6 back.
Okay.
Yeah, because you still would have, when you extra attack because of Bone Razors, you still would get the extra 2 attacks.
Yeah, just the last one.
That said, I need you to decide what you're going to do. The tendril, like a dog leash, one of the new ones, zips right back into the roper, right off of your body. In a Wile E. Coyote-ian kind of state, you are now airborne and falling. What would you like to do? And I'll tell you what you need to roll in response.
I would attempt to tuck and how close am I to this pillar? 10 feet.
There's a Typhon in the way.
I would just try to tumble onto the ground. I don't have any other options.
Make an acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Okay. Take 15 points of damage. And you are prone on the ground directly below where you were at. And actually, you can see
I accomplished my goal. Fuck yeah.
at this point, you can see Chi because you two are underneath the. Well, no, sorry. The razor goes with you. The orb moves down. Typhon, you can see the creature. Faren, you can see up into the creature. And the shadow's now on the ground, not airborne. Chi, you're out of the shadows for a second. You kind of look up behind you, and then this big globe of darkness just descends down onto you and covers you up.
Well, they're still got fairy fire on them, right?
You can still see them. Yes.
Oh, but that means that now I have advantage. It's not just a normal attack.
No, you had advantage before. Even through the darkness, you were attacking fine.
Nice.
Yeah, you still just. I mean, most of you guys have not rolled. The only person who's rolled over 20s consistently is that Aramil kid.
Yeah, I wonder why. I mean, it must be that 7 attacks he's making every turn.
It's 5, but anywho, they don't do a lot of damage. It's not like it matters. He was rolling a great sword. He'd make less attacks, but he'd do more damage. Anywho, the roper that's in the moonbeam is going to make its Constitution saving throw. It's going to fail it. Go ahead and click the spell for me again, please. Not to self. That's why I didn't see it last time, I think. Kevin, you there?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I just clicked it.
Okay. It'll take that damage.
Does that kill it?
No, not at all. This one's the fresher of the two. The other one's the bloodied one.
I'd say, drop me and I'll stop the pain.
It kind of waddles forward, like on the ceiling, into the darkness, and just doesn't seem to care. You can feel it pulling up towards, like you up towards it, and you can also feel the other tendrils kind of touching at you.
I'm gonna brace for a bite.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
I'm gonna brace for a bite.
you're a nature guy, so what you're feeling is happening is that it is actually like feeling around the air for you, like whiskers do when a cat attacks something that's close to it. It's going to bite into you. It has advantage because of its grapple and hold on you. It has disadvantage because it can't see you directly, so it's just a regular bite. And it probably still hits.
19 hits, 27 damage. I'm glad I healed myself last time. I'd have been unconscious.
It hurts. This is agony. You're not a fan. It doesn't seem to know where anything else is to attack it with tendrils, so it will not do so.
As I'm being devoured, I'm going to yell out, "You sons of bitches! We could have talked our way out of this."
Typhon, you had put your arm into it with your shield, and you're kind of holding its mouth and like holding it there. I'm going to say that because you're holding on to it, and that's really your only source of like holding yourself up, since you pulled yourself up the string. When it bites, it's not going to miss. There is no way it can.
That's totally fine. I was actually kind of counting on that.
That said, I'm going to roll an attack with bite. If I do hit you, it's going to crit. Okay?
Okay.
Ouch.
All right, so here we go. All right, so it's no longer in the darkness actually because the darkness fell. So it has you entangled. You would technically be at advantage. I would have advantage for the attack. So it didn't crit. It's just going to do. Oh no, sorry. It, like I said, because you have the arm in it. If it does hit, it crits.
So why does it have advantage?
Because it has you grappled.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right, so what's a crit gonna do?
I'm doing some math here. So it'll be 48.
48 exactly?
4d8.
Oh, okay.
So a total of, it looks like 50 damage.
So that is going to knock me unconscious.
I need you to...
Oh, even though that's going to reduce me to 0, can I... Okay.
I need you to make me a roll of 20-sided dice.
Oh, you're going to bite my fucking arm off. Ooh, fucking buddy.
I've set up 4 possible results for what you have what has happened to you, and yeah, this is the fun one. So
G's missing his arm.
You feel like everything going dark. If you want to activate the ring, you can.
Okay, real quick.
Let me tell you some things that are happening. You leave its mouth. Your shield and your arm don't. And
oh shit! This is awesome.
You go falling as you descend. So you have been reduced to hit points before you start falling. Are you going to activate the fire portion of Faith and Fire?
Okay, hold on. Because can I still use Hellish Rebuke too?
So the fire portion of Faith and Fire is not a reaction. So you can Hellish Rebuke as your reaction before you're dying dead, and then I'll allow you to do both. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because that's what I want. I basically want to blow this motherfucker up.
Perfectly fine. So go ahead and throw your Hellish Rebuke.
Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. And then you're going to use it. I get a saving throw, I guess. I mean, not that it's going to change much, but no, it didn't. Oh, it did. Perfect. Okay, cool.
Wow.
And then,
okay.
You're going to
whatever
use
half of 25 is, 12.
You're going to use the other one, right?
Yeah. So you take, wow, really? Another 9 damage, unless you fail that saving throw.
Right.
Or unless you pass it, and then I'm automatically stabilized.
Okay. So here's what...
Do you take double damage because you got a fucking 0?
No. But here's what happens. You see your arm kind of go away, like it's going into its mouth, and it has like a satisfied look on its face. But as you do, you feel the demon spawn within you kind of flare up, and fire ignites out from you and bursts and waves across against it. Its tendrils move up to block, letting you go with the tendril that it had on you, and it kind of moves up to block you, and you can just kind of see everything going hazy as it happens. Then the ring flares and detonates outward from you, sending you faster and further into the stone beneath you, and sending it straight up into the ceiling, and then bouncing it and causing it to fall straight down to the ground near you. You hear it with your last ounce of breath just splatter on the ground next to you, and you feel the pain rack through you as you hit the stone. You fail a death saving throw automatically, but then you use your ability to
automatically stabilize.
Well, you'll be doing that on your next turn, really, but yeah.
Guys, I gotta say, that was pretty fucking awesome.
You just lost an arm.
Dude, I mean, the thing's dead. I can get my fucking arm back. It's okay.
That's okay. I'm missing an arm too.
People can't just put those back on.
I just need to get Boozer's arm, and I've got the Paladin squad.
I mean, this is just, I'm epic scene. That was sweet as hell.
All right,
I got another one.
I'm satisfied with it. Definitely worth losing an arm over.
Andruxil moves and kind of yells out in Elvish to the druid, who is currently up in the air, right?
Yep.
She says,
Yep.
Let's see. She will, as a bonus action, cast Levitation and float 20 feet up. Well, hold on. She'll float. Bear with me here.
I am bearing with you.
It's an action to do it. Yeah, she'll rise 20 feet up. And she's slowly getting to you.
That's to you, Typhon. What I typed in there. She's slowly getting.
Are you inside the monster's mouth?
Yeah, it bit the shit out of me last time.
Yeah.
Cheat, you're up. You are, over there.
25 points of lay on hands,
Just,
which takes all my points,
Shaff, she is the ground.
and also takes my action too, doesn't it? So,
Yeah, the lay on hands is your action. That's correct.
yeah, so I can't attack.
Yep. If you have a bonus action,
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and charge Thunderous Wave
Thunderous Smite. Yep. Okay.
or Thunderous Smite.
And then next turn, activate the other one and then throw it at it. Oh. Combo. All right. Typhon, you're stable.
Yep.
Faren.
All right, guys. I'm assuming that I can see the drow. Well, actually, it's dark, right?
She's above the darkness.
Oh, would I have seen her go by me?
She's not. She's below you. She's rising up to you.
Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking what I probably would do in this case, not knowing that anybody's going to save me, because I wouldn't really know, unless you think I can see her.
You can see.
Oh, I can see her?
Bright white hair.
Oh, okay, sweet. That's good then. If I think she's coming up to help me or kill this monster, what I would do is I would attack with my staff and try to kill this son of a bitch. Actually, could I also move this thing over on it again?
Yeah.
Boom.
Well, it's your action to move it.
Oh, is it? Son of a bitch. I thought it was oh, you're right. We determined it wasn't a bonus action, right?
That's right.
I don't want to do that then. Screw that.
Go ahead and move it back.
Because I don't know if it'll do enough damage. I don't know if... Anyways, I'm going to take a last shot at this thing with my...
Staff. Okay, go ahead.
With my staff. Or actually, could I even tell if this thing looks hurt?
Well, you're attacking it, or are you attacking the tendril?
I would have attacked... I was thinking of attacking it if it looked like it was almost dead or something.
This one is not bloodied.
All right. Then what I would do, if it doesn't look like it's hurt at all, and I see my blood all over it, is I would change my tactics. First thing I would do would be to transform into something small, like an insect, like a spider or cockroach or something cool like that.
The second you do, you can feel the tendril kind of closing in on your form, but because you're turning into something tiny and small, like a beetle or whatever,
right,
or a small spider, you fall out of its grasp very quickly.
Well, I did want to do one thing else too. Like, I don't want it to attack me, so I was going to also, as a bonus action, use Furbulk magic and turn a hidden step. And turn invisible. Okay,
that's perfectly fine too. Yeah, you poof, but before you kind of make it to the ground, because you're still going to fall, unless I don't think you have a form that can change to a flying form.
No, not yet.
Try to catch him.
But most insects don't get hurt a lot if they're dropped from, like 20 feet or whatever. As far as I know, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, I understand, but just to make it more flavorful, a hand kind of appears underneath you, a drow hand, and it kind of lets you catch against it, and then it tosses you onto the pillar. So you are now on this wall here.
Yay!
Well, not in it, but on it.
Thank you, drow, that didn't try to get me killed.
Yeah. All right, Aramil. It's complete darkness over where you're at, but you're laying on the ground, and you hear the sound of splashing blood near where you were at, and then it kind of stops.
Hmm. The other one is still in darkness, but up on the ceiling. I'm assuming. I can see that too.
You can see it. It's outlined. It's glowing fairy fire. Yeah. You're not too. You're within reach. Oh wait, hold on. Make a perception check. You kind of like are arms stretched out wide, and you kind of like feel against your fingertips your bow.
Yeah, I'd want to pick that up. But if I sheath the daggers, then I lose the darkness, right?
You probably no. The darkness is on the dagger, so if you just let them stay on the floor, where they probably are after you fell like you did,
that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I will pick the bow up as a movement action.
It's just a part of your action, yeah.
Okay,
and
then
you made a hunter's mark, so you can move that to it as a bonus action.
Yep, I'll do that, and then shoot.
Shots. That'll hit, and that'll hit. As two arrows kind of loose out of the shadows, Faren, and you're a little bug on the wall, you see them kind of glow with shadows as they fly out and pierce into the roper. One hits it just beneath the eye, one hits it right above the eye, and it kind of starts caterwauling like the other one did. But as it's doing so, you can see blood start to fill up in its eye and kind of drain out of like the sides of it like tears.
Tears of blood.
Yeah.
Good job, Aramil. I say in bug.
It is going to send one tendril in towards Andruxil. It's because one was broken; it has yet to refresh that. It's going to send another one into the shadows to where it thinks Aramil is. So one attack against Aramil with disadvantage. Still hits.
Oh yeah.
You feel just out of nowhere this whoosh sound. It hits you, and are you alive after the attack or no?
Yep.
Okay. And then against Andruxil, so it would be 8 damage to her.
Oh wait, is she now grappled?
She is.
Dang it! Now we're gonna have to save her.
And the two of you are drawn in 25 feet. Andruxil is now within mouth distance, and Aramil, you just pop right out of the shadows right where you're at. All right. She'll go. Actually, it could still bite her, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. These things are savages. Okay. Oh, it has advantage. Okay. That hurts. She hates it. And she'll go. She's going to go full on. So first attack, second attack. First one misses, second one hits.
So sexy.
She's going full drow on him.
She kind of swings the short sword in. It misses. Then she spins the other one around and stabs up into it, kind of hitting near where the arrow hit, and then like dragging it aside. Stone flecks fly away as she cuts into its face. You can see a glowing form, but there's kind of like a silhouette of the girl, of the drow elf, kind of in the way. Actually, she took damage. I'm just gonna say she, on response, drops the darkness.
I will.
You see the dismay. Aramil is kind of up in the air. Typhon's missing an arm. Faren is not anywhere to be seen, and Andruxil's not in his mouth.
Alright, so I'll move there and throw my hammer. Anything special I need to do with that?
So yeah, it'll just be a regular attack, just like your normal attack, because you use strength for it. You technically have disadvantage because you're throwing more than 20 feet, but you'll have advantage because fairy fire, so it's just a normal attack. That'll work. It's not a crit, but if you have inspiration and you want to burn it, it would be a crit.
Yeah, I do have one inspiration.
You want to spend it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
How do you want to do this? Ooh, Mercer.
Nice.
I'll go ahead and throw it in his mouth, and as it goes in his mouth, Thunder Smite will go ahead and explode.
Yeah, I totally even forgot you had that, so extra fun. Okay. You guys see the hammer get thrown up towards it. It enters into the roper's mouth. You hear this kind of loud stunk, and then boom, as the entire room fills with like a detonation of thunder. The back of it blows out, and the hammer kind of flies out of the back of its head. You use your bonus action to flare it back to you, and the whole thing just kind of like becomes this sloggy mess that falls off of the ceiling and just splatters crown first into the floor. Andruxil will make an acrobatics check to see if she can avoid too much damage on the downfall. Acrobatics is... Yep, she manages to kind of use the weight of it and push off of it and then kind of duck and roll near you as the blood of it kind of splatters behind her like an action movie.
Alright, I want to go up and put healing hands on who's on the ground.
You got Typhon is the one. Oh, Aramil needs an acrobatics check real quick. You're good. You hit the floor and kind of roll into it and don't take any damage. But yeah, Typhon is not bleeding out. When you look at him, you see that his arm is missing. But when you look over at the roper that killed him, or that he killed, you can see his arm and his shield is inside of the mouth of the roper. Both ends of the arms are fused. It looks like the flesh has been burned down to like charcoal.
Yeah, that's not going to reattach to. But I will pull your shield out and kind of strap it to your back. Is he's still pretty much he's stable, but he's not.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Stable, but at 0 hit points.
Right. Healing hand, 5 points.
Typhon, you wake up and you have 5 hit points. And Aramil's kind of laying on the ground near you after being lifted up and dropped again, but he's fine.
Yeah, I'm healing myself first because I'm down pretty low.
Cool.
So, then I will heal others once I go into my human form, heal myself.
So as soon as Typhon gets healed, he just like sits straight up, starts flailing around with his arms for a second.
And when you feel like
your arm.
Well, you feel like you feel like you're moving your left arm, and you feel like it's still there, but it's not there.
Yeah.
All right, Typhon.
Yeah, you're handicapped now.
Oh my god. Gain inspiration. For that pun.
Typhon,
Me?
That's you.
I mean, yes.
I don't think
John,
you can
will you,
give me
will you
inspiration.
Permit that? Will you permit me to grant him inspiration for that awesome pun?
Not while you're playing the game.
Okay, fair enough.
Good try. Faren, Alf?
All right, Typhon, that's 14
Oh.
points for you.
That's bad, huh?
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, 14 for Typhon. You said it. Okay.
Okay. I will also
Aramil
healing
looks pretty
hands.
beaten
Yeah, well-
too.
I'm going to heal him.
Aramil.
I give you 10 hit points right there. Aramil. I actually have to go over and touch him, though.
There's another 8 for Aramil.
Come back. Come back to us.
Starts to gain a little bit of strength back.
That's 18 for Aramil.
Alright.
So after all that healing, how's Aramil looking on hit points?
He's still bleeding. A
Okay,
bit, like a
how's
couple
everybody else looking?
And Drexel and she don't look to be bloodied. Faren doesn't look to be bloodied. You are bleeding besides the wound, but not like overly so. It's just like slightly open wounds.
Okay.
Real quick, is anybody else doing any healing?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some lay on hands.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do 10 for me and 10 for Aramil.
I want to make sure that you guys understand, as you're having your curative circle jerk, the events of the world are still existing around you, though. The hole up above you goes dark for a second.
Uh-oh.
Faren, or everybody kind of thinks it might be like an overcast thing, but Faren, I need you to make me a nature check.
All right. Nature check of my life. That being said,
Something really big seems to be moving out there and blocking the sun.
that sounds bad,
Probably
guys.
that
Could be a
fucking
dragon or
dragon.
something. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's go one direction or the other.
Chi,
But this chest. This
do me
chest over here.
Chi, do me a favor and make me a history check. Because there was something that was mentioned kind of offhandedly last session that you were in. And I just want to make sure, because it doesn't sound like you remember it, but I just want to give you that freebie. Yeah, you're not sure. You're not sure.
Typhon, you can't beat a dragon with one arm tied behind your back because you don't even have another arm to tie behind your back.
What are you talking about? Oh my god! I'm about to pull a fucking Ash Williams and get a fucking chainsaw hand.
Oh,
Open this chest real quick before we take off.
yeah, but he had an upper arm. You don't have that either, I don't think.
Just to make sure you understand, Chad, it bit your arm off at the bicep.
Oh, so that's halfway past my elbow?
Yeah, no, it's up past your elbow. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's still workable.
We put a tourniquet on him if it's still bleeding.
It's not. It's completely seared shut.
Oh, sweet.
The fire and faith ring caused it to completely seal shut. It burned it shut.
All right.
Alright. Well,
We need to do something, guys. We need to go somewhere.
Chest while they're finished.
Do it quickly.
okay, here's what I want to do. I'm Discord.
What do you want to do on Discord?
No, I want you to see this picture because this is how I want to solve my.
No, don't worry about your arm right now. Don't worry about your arm right now. Well, that's cool looking.
Just a second, but that's.
Wait, that's what Chi looks like.
That is kind of what she looks like. Yeah.
Yep.
Chi,
Always mine's from the shoulder down.
and is it your left or your right?
I left.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So you guys are both missing your left arms.
Man, it's tough being a paladin.
I guess you could say we're brothers in arms.
Oh, inspiration for that one.
There were-
was just without the extra strength.
So in the Discord chat, Sir Shah's in there, and if you're watching, thanks for watching. But there are robotic arms in Melik's dungeon. That is correct. There were robotic parts and a process known as the method for such weirdnesses. That is true.
Awesome.
An original what?
Okay, so what's in this chest, or can I open it?
You move to open the chest. It is locked.
Does it have a
I'm
lock
sorry,
ring
I
on the outside?
accidentally exited Discord.
As you kind of start to toy with it, Aramil kind of walks over to you and pulls out this tube of leather and starts to open it up. Chi, make me a history check again. I know you're really bad at them, but I just want to make sure. You came from Stormloft, so these might look kind of familiar. No, they're definitely thieves' tools, but you don't really recognize the patterning on them. Aramil kind of sets down to go to work. Make a thieves' tools check there for me there, Shaffy. Spends a little bit of time at it, remembering some tips and tricks he learned from Shadow, and pops that bad boy open. On the inside of this chest
There's a metal arm.
is a metal,
But it's the wrong arm.
but it's the other.
It's the right arm. That would be so frustrating.
So he puts it on backwards. Good times. But no, inside is a kind of cloth felt grounding to it, and it appears that just sitting there in the fabric of it is a stone. It looks like a ruby. It has a very strange cut to it that kind of makes it almost look like a sunburst, but it's not very large. It's I'd say it's probably about the size of like $50, and it's just sitting there by itself.
I'll grab it, and we'll figure it out later.
Okay.
Aramil
Second-
slaps her hand. Grabs it.
Well, okay, hold on. Chi, you said you grabbed it. You're saying
Aramil
that
reacts.
trying to stop him. So I'm asking, since Tawa went first, do you want to let him stop you, or do you want to grab it?
I'll let him grab it.
Okay. He stops you, and then you do what? Shaff?
Hold it up and examine it in front of everybody.
Come on, guys. Quickly.
Once you pick it up and start to kind of inspect it and look over it, you feel this very strange sense of energy kind of pulsing from it. And after a fashion, you feel that energy kind of locate directly into your forehead. feels like it's kind of tethering or connecting to your head, and then the stone lifts off of your hand and starts to float around your head in an orbit.
I hate you.
Oh,
Nice, you got an eye on the stone.
sorry, Chi. I thought I've got an affinity for gemstones, man. Didn't expect it to be that.
Do you currently have more than or 3 or more? Just 3. Do you have 3? A maximum of 3 items attuned to you at current.
I'd have to look.
Check for me, please.
He probably has more than Chi.
I'm not sure what requires attunement.
So we'll just assume that you do. After just a couple of orbits or rotations around it, it drops to the ground with a ching ching ting and just hits the stone.
Drake, we have to move.
I'll pick
We
it
are
up.
leaving.
But what about that other chest?
What
I
other
don't see that
chest?
character. It's over
There's
here.
no. Where?
Right here.
Ping it.
Ping it.
Yeah, it's all the way across the way.
Ping it again. Oh, well, let's go that way, but we gotta go quick.
Yeah,
There's
let's-
something.
I'm going to pick up the ruby thing and we'll go.
Hold on, real quick. Sorry, I'll get back to you here in a second, Tom. But Faren, do me a favor, and make a nature check.
Okay. I'm thinking, guys, we may want to actually use pass without trace to go through that light so that shit doesn't see us. But see, I'm not really sure.
You kind of look at the ropers and think about it, and you don't see any other ones. You know you haven't seen any other ones. You're pretty sure that threat is not a threat.
Yeah, but I thought we saw something like clouding the light or, passing over the light.
It seems to be above you, 40 feet to the hole. The hole seems to be about like 20 feet in its own kind of depth, and then there's something up above you. You're not sure what that is.
Okay. I tell everybody that. And then, all right,
I'd
let's
say
quickly.
if we're gonna go this way,
It passed.
we should
It
get-
passed. It's no longer dark.
through the pillars to
All
try
right,
and
let's-
stay out of that light.
Let's go then. We'll go along the edges.
Yeah.
Like along the edges here, like boom. Or you can go to the bottom if you want.
So you have
All
your
right.
shield on your back. Do you take your arm as well?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's stuffed in my bag.
What are you going to do with that? Oh, food. That's right.
No, I mean, maybe I could get it reattached, and if I can't salvage the arm, I could,
You'd have to have it on ice, and you'd have to have it. There's nobody who can do that type of surgery that I know of.
I'm sure there's a really powerful druid that would be able to cast regeneration.
Oh, like really? Did somebody else like that survive?
Maluriel,
Oh, you're right.
and she's kind of got a soft spot for me.
Yeah, I got to hand it to you. That's a good idea.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm going to lose inspiration.
Give that man a hand.
All right, come on, Aramil. We need you to open this chest here.
Having someone that's this funny is really handy.
Uh,
Well, he definitely can't use the who has 2 thumbs and just lost an arm trick.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not going to stand next to this when he opens it either. I'm going to go back here, stand near Chi. Actually, right there.
I picked up that ruby thing as we went. So.
Yeah, you have to remember, Aramil, that Chi here doesn't have a whole lot of stuff. He has a magic hammer that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. But other than that, I think that's all he has.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't even worried about what it was. I was just trying to grab it and go.
Yeah, we'll figure out what it is.
I'm happy to let him have it.
Well,
If it was a gem, I wasn't going to let him. But
if you pick it up and take it and inspect it just like he did, Chi, it does start to orbit around your head.
Feel different?
You do feel like this sense of magic when it's doing it. It's kind of like initiating a bond, and then it connects to you and starts orbiting around your head.
Sweet, I have my own thing.
Your Bluetooth is connected to it.
I start playing music.
All right, Aramil, get that thing open.
What's this? What day is it?
You attempt to open it. Is that what that thieves tools check was?
Yeah.
Okay. The lesson you never took from Shadow, which is apparently one you should have, is to check for traps. Go ahead and make me a good old-fashioned Constitution saving throw.
You get a +3 bonus.
Okay. Still doesn't hit a 16, so you're taking 12 points of poison damage, and you are paralyzed for 1 hour.
Oh, shit.
I applied 5 points of lay on hands to cure the poison.
Okay, so that'll get rid of the paralyzation as well.
I guess you could say lay on hand.
Oh, you only have half of your pool.
Honestly, I almost want to do that, but I'm not gonna. I've already kind of messed with you.
Faren looks at him and says, "Remember that awesome tattoo we got on our upper arms? Oh wait, darn it! Now we have to get another one. Oh wait, your upper arm is still there."
Half the tattoo is still there.
So, Aramil, you'll still take that 12 points of damage, but you will be cured of the paralyzing effect. And when you kind of get back up to it, your thieves' tools are kind of set in there, and you realize that you broke one of your picks. So, have you broke any picks in the tools yet, or no?
I have at one point in time, but I've restocked them as well.
Okay, then we'll just assume that you're at 9 of the 10 picks.
Oh, sorry, no, I'm at 6 of 10 now.
Okay, great, perfect. And for those watching at home who aren't thieves in the game yet, how we do with thieves' tools is similar to how healing kits work. Is when you fail at a thieves' tools check, you lose a pick or lose a tool, and it makes them kind of wear down. Okay, go ahead.
Oh yeah.
Good one.
Yeah, you magically fix one.
Figure out the trap and realize that it is not one that resets, and then you kind of set into it with the picks that you have. The one that you broke was kind of like a aw moment because it was like one of the ones that you trusted, but you pull out the one that you used in tandem with it and a different one, and you're like, oh, this was better, and you pop that bad boy open.
With that roll, you unlock the chest and belt of an ogre princess.
What was that?
I said, with that roll, he unlocked the chastity belt of an ogre princess.
Damn right. When you pop this one open, inside you find a pool of just like inside the chest. It's kind of just a pool of residuum. Upon close inspection, you realize that there's probably about I'd say about 800 gold pieces worth of residuum in this chest.
Yeah, we can split that.
So I don't imagine Andruxil really gives a shit about that.
She kind of looks to you guys, and she's actually like not with you. When you look over where you think she is, you see bright eyes looking back up at you, and you hear the sounds of flesh being cut.
Oh, she's cutting up the ropers.
Yeah, she wants the eyeball.
Yeah, when you guys get back to what you're doing, and she's coming over to you, she has what looks like a bladder filled with some kind of stones that are kind of jangling at her belt loop.
Kidney stones of a roper.
She could like Rocky Mountain oysters.
Chi, make a nature check, just offhandedly.
I mean, if it's related to minerals, could he apply stone cutting?
He isn't a dwarf. She's not a dwarf.
Oh, shit, I thought he was.
She's an Aasimar.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep, he's a fallen Aasimar.
No, that's still fucking cool, because now we got a tiefling and an Aasimar who are both missing their left arms.
If you go into the Discord, I doodled him, but I'm still kind
Well, that's the picture I got at the bottom.
Yeah. Cool. I'm actually working on scanning it and making it look better than that one. That was just a camera shot, but anywho.
Aramil, there's another chest down here.
That nature check's good enough. You know that some monsters, larger creatures and monstrosities, will eat stones and gemstones and put them into their stomachs to kind of help with digestion. So you're assuming that is what she was doing over there.
Nice.
She sees the pool of residuum, and she says, you can all keep that. And she looks at the bladder, and she says, I'll keep these.
That's more than fair.
Are those magical in any way?
Thanks for your help.
She shakes her head. If there was anything that I thought might be of use to you, I would have.
Well, I've never heard of them. That's why I was asking.
Oh, sure. Yeah, she says, no, they're just nasty. They nasty. That said, you guys go to the last chest. And
They're good for reptile dysfunction.
this one looks like the lock of it. The lock of it is rusted out. It looks like it's kind of... it could be easily opened if you just want to open it.
I'll check it for traps.
Yeah, please do. Go ahead and make an investigation.
These two.
Find all the traps.
Someone's picking up on the cat logic. It doesn't appear to be trapped. It appears to be so old and rusted that it's kind of fallen open. The lid is just sitting to where it's at, but you don't think there are any traps to it.
Oh, no traps. I open it.
Okay. The second you do, I need you and Typhon to both make a dexterity saving throw.
You make this with a +3. Damn.
Can you use it on
I got an 11.
All right. Aramil, you dart away as when you open the chest, it starts to billow out this rust stuff. Chad, as the rust kind of touches against you and you kind of dart away from it, trying to get away, you realize that the chest plate of your plate armor rusts all down your chest.
Oh, no.
To slag off of your body.
Well, that's gonna
Wait,
be
did I just lose my armor?
Your armor just rusted off of your body.
God damn it.
It's a bad day for arms.
And you were standing A, behind Typhon, and B, far enough away to not be affected.
Thank God.
I was only standing that close so I could fucking give him the benefit of saving throws.
It seems
It's
that
funny
the
'cause-
only portion of your armor that survived is the rose pauldron.
10 feet. Yeah, and the arm in my bag.
Well, what's funny about that, too, is the rose pauldron is on your left side, is it not?
Oh, I've got it on both sides.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just the one, but yeah, no, the rose pauldron's just the one on the left side, not the right side. Only the rose on the left side, that pauldron has remained. Everything else is rust.
Shit. Pretty fucking... That's okay.
It's
Alright,
still
well,
calling
I'm
you
definitely
rusty.
gonna have a huge fucking write-up. Oh my god.
Yeah, and there doesn't appear to be anything inside the chest besides this weird rust dust.
That was
Typhon
worst.
stabs the chest.
That was worst trap ever.
Well, I kind of knew who would be kind of going for it, so I might be an asshole. Anywho, that said, if you guys go and inspect to the side, there's actually a dead end to the eastmost way. Just upon closer inspection, there appear to be 3 points of egress out of this chamber. There's a small path to the north that looks like it leads out and away. It's kind of past the pillars. There's a path or open space to the bottom west or southwest, and there's an open space to the north from the initial stairwell.
Now this dust that billowed out, is there enough of it left to salvage?
No, not at all. And it's
Okay.
just, after it's expended, it's just rust.
Alright.
Okay, have I kind of felt what this red thing circling my head's doing to me?
If you guys are going to take some time to rest, which I would advise,
All right, yeah.
take a short rest. You can attune to it. It is an Ioun stone of agility, which grants you a +2 to your dexterity.
Oh, I know somebody who would really want that.
To a maximum of 20.
Of that, because my
So-
dex is fucking atrocious. I don't know if you noticed, but my dex
Ranger.
cost me my fucking armor.
Who's the ranger?
The guy who handed it back to you. Yep.
Oh,
Trade him for.
You could
say-
trade something.
He has quite a few magic items.
I'll trade you.
Not to mention all kinds of gems. All kinds of other shit.
Yeah, I don't know if I have what
Just give
everything has to attune, but
Give him the deed to the Crane Manor.
He's new and he doesn't know what it is.
Oh, the place I can't go. I hate you all.
the bone razors,
Like,
the
yep,
slippers,
there's your house.
those both require attunement. I'm assuming.
The slippers, spider climbing would be really awesome. But that's good for you, too.
Bone razors do, the quiver does, and I think the slippers don't.
Rope of climbing.
Does not.
Okay. Well then, I only
Slippers.
have two apparently.
You have 3. Bone razors, slippers, and the quiver.
Why do you need a rope of climbing if you have slippers of spider walking?
I don't necessarily. It's a good point, and it would fare well on another paladin.
Yeah, because he's going to be... He's strong, but he's heavy, so...
Well, just being a smarter guy, he's going to know that the stone that he has floating over his head is not going to be. It's not going to be a fair trade for a rope.
No, true.
It's a rope climbing, though, man. Come on.
I'm pretty sure that our friend Tavo here is a smart enough player to know that That is a unfair deal.
Right, totally.
Danger.
Well, if you guys really want to take a short rest, right? Or
Pretty rare for this.
is it safe?
You've already decided to take a short rest, and
All right.
it is.
I mean, Typhon is pretty much useless to you guys right now.
Yeah, he can't barely lend a hand.
So since it is not a safe rest, you guys, just bear with me here.
So we can't use hit dice.
I mean, the rope is a wondrous item.
You can spend a maximum of 1 hit dice.
Oh, okay. I'm going to do that then. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do the heck out of that. See what I get here.
Wait, I don't know.
So we can only spend 1 hit dice.
If I get 1 hit point, I'm going to die.
So I haven't posted it on there, but basically rules for rests. If you're taking an unsafe short rest, 1 hit dice. If you're taking an unsafe long rest, you can spend hit dice as many as you like. You don't regain all your hit points like you would normally, and you don't regain your hit dice as you would in a normal long rest. To be able to gain the normal benefits of resting, you need to be in a place that you are sure is safe. But because you have a lurking shadow, and God knows what else in here, it's probably not a great idea.
What do we have, guys, that we can give to Typhon? Like, does anybody have a crossbow or something he can use to? Otherwise, Typhon's right. He's of no use to us almost.
Okay. Dude, I need a crossbow.
You should have a pop-up that just came on.
Right.
Yeah. It's the Eonis kind of ability.
Typhon, all you got's a 2-handed weapon?
No, I've got a longsword. I can wield that one-handed. I don't have any armor, so my AC is 9.
Yeah, and if I had bark skin, I could pop him up to 16, but I don't. It's not ready.
Sorry, my AC is...
You have a dex of minus 1, right?
But I also have +1 ring, +1 cloak.
Yeah, that's fine. I was gonna have.
My AC is 11. I can cast Shield of Faith, and I can cast Warding Bond to make it 14.
All right, Typhon. I hate. Okay, Aramil doesn't have bark skin.
Have to turn back.
I think we are going to have to.
Yeah, that works perfect for me. I could say, if you guys are taking a short rest, there are a couple of more avenues you can try and go down.
Yeah, maybe we'd do that. Yeah, as long as you hang in the back, Typhon, we should be all right.
To simplify the process, the path that you're closest to at current, the majority of you, not Aramil. Hold on a second.
Aramil's a loner.
You'll see that there's kind of like a space there that you can kind of go through.
To the right? Or that way?
Yeah, if you go around that way, you'll find a stairwell that goes up.
Come on, Chi.
Alright.
Go that way. I'll heal you if you get hurt.
To the left or right?
Stay second to the last, Typhon, and don't get killed. Oh, keep that ring on. No, this way. There you go. Go up there, I'll follow.
Go up that way. As mentioned, there's a stairwell that leads up.
I don't know what happened to Aramil. He's totally gone.
He ran off on his own.
Oh, okay. He's a loner. Ooh, stairwell.
He was investigating.
God damn. Guys, I might actually be out of commission for a while.
Well, I'm sure you'll need physical therapy, and you'll need to get occupational therapy too, probably, to take a shower. And, you'll probably need some devices, like an arm. So,
I'm sure someone can give you a hand with it.
Oh. All right.
2 arms! Or I guess I should say 2 arm.
If I can find an anvil, I can probably make you one like mine.
So
Sweet.
we most definitely have an anvil.
All right, go up these stairs carefully.
Is Bunder with the camp?
Bunder's
No.
not. Yeah, he died, I think.
No, he is in his own fortification, his dwarven fortification. The only way to get from the town, Hilton, to that location was a statue that you guys recovered from Lavestine Manor.
Alright.
But
Who else is at that fort with him?
It's not working in the cavern camp. And
We need to
Aramil-
have Nat look at it. She's a sorceress.
When you get a chance, you need to have someone who can make an Arcana check take a look at it. That's for sure. Are you guys going up these stairs? Is that a real thing that's happening?
Let's do it, guys.
Oh fuck. Okay, I'm strictly in a support capacity here. I'm gonna cast aid on you three.
We're gonna die.
Okay, so as you
Possibly.
guys come up out of the stairway, it kind of moves to an open area. On the one side, you have the hole, and it kind of just is set against the stone. There is a hole. And then the other path, there's a series of bushes that kind of move in between the stone and out into what looks like a clearing.
Are they regular bushes? I want to inspect them.
Yeah,
Are they?
they're regular bushes. And they're actually
you gain 5 hit points.
okay.
They're cave bushes.
No. You're out in the open now.
Oh, this is awesome! I love this place.
You're in a small little like ravine. The walls that are on your sides are completely covered with snow, but the ground that you're standing on and the ground in front of you, everywhere around, is not covered with snow. It seems the snow that's come down to this point has come down from higher points on the mountain. If you get what I'm saying, and it's for some reason, Faren, there's kind of this just really warm feeling around you, and you can hear the sound of water kind of rustling up ahead.
This sounds too good to be true.
Okay, so you're saying that these stairs lead actually up and outside.
And they kind of exit out of a cave, like a small little cave mouth, and to one side is the hole, right? That goes down into the ground. And the hole is actually just set against the stone wall of the mountain, right? And then opposite of that is a path that kind of heads south. And it takes you to the bushes that I mentioned. I'm going to go ahead and move you to a map. Is that cool?
Yep.
All right.
Take a piss real quick while you're doing this.
All right. Well, guys, we want to stay out of trouble this time. If we meet anything that talks, let me try to talk our way out of it.
As you brush past these bushes, which are completely unhazardous, they don't have like any like brambles or thorns or anything to that effect. Just nice, soft, just really nice bushes.
Any food?
There are berries. Go ahead and make a nature.
Let's get those. Let's get those as we're going, guys.
What are they?
Make a nature check.
Yep, let me do that. I'm doing it. I'm gonna Oh shit! I clicked the wrong thing. Sorry.
You attack the bush with your staff.
I know. I went all crazy. There we go.
I'll say you have advantage because what you actually realize is these bushes are not native of this plane. They're native of the Feywild, the Shades of
Oh,
Isles.
I love this shit.
And the thing that makes you kind of just grin ear to ear, your big, dopey-looking furbolg face is even happier than anybody has ever seen it. These plants actually create good berries.
Oh my god!
You managed to accumulate probably a handful or so from it. They're not like, it doesn't appear that they're ripe, but you managed to muster around, I'd say, a handful would, well, for you, big giant guy, probably about 20 or so of these good. Let's go with exactly 20 of these good berries.
I've got it written down.
Something's
based
giving
on
an arm and a leg for these things.
um,
Typhon's already
Yeah.
had
Or
Uh,
often with these bushes sprout new berries.
but again, it appears that there's about 20. There's a spring up ahead, some more of these bushes, and you think you might see a cave some distance ahead. Do you guys want to head towards the? Let's go left to right.
Wait.
You're picking berries.
Yeah.
Chad, you're probably staying close to other people because you're currently in a disheveled and vulnerable state. Am I right?
You guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. Well, I was asking, according to Faren's nature lore, how often would these bushes sprout new berries?
Every season.
Oh, okay. So this is like a one-time dealio.
They are magical, but they're not like magical.
Hey, can I tie my mace to Chad's stump?
Go ahead and just make me a medicine check.
Don't.
Don't bother.
Well, you're sitting there thinking about it, so obviously you're thinking about it.
Okay, fair enough. Typhon is going to walk out here. Oh, this clearing here. Actually, no. No. Nope. I'm gonna wait till everybody else wants to move out that way.
Yeah, don't go up there. I'm thinking either let me sneak up there and look around because I could try to talk my way out of any bad shit happening, or have Aramil sneak up there and just try to see what's there. That maybe test the water a little bit.
Sure. Okay. Real quick though, I want to go back to what Tao said. He said he wanted to, with a mace. If that was serious, make a medicine check.
I did. It wasn't very good.
Oh, you didn't. I don't.
Oh crap! Yeah, it made it
South.
Yeah.
Okay. No worries. If it wasn't good, it wasn't good. That's fine. Okay. So that's what you're doing, and then Faren is gathering up berries. Chad, you're staying back because you're kind of in a vulnerable state. So the only persons that can really move and do anything would be Aramil and Andruxil.
Yeah. I was quite suddenly disarmed.
What would you like to do?
How many good berries can I eat at once and still get benefit from them?
You can eat all 20 of them if you're given them by Faren.
Yeah, I have them right now. How badly hurt are you?
Just above bloodied.
You're really?
Okay. Well,
I can heal you. Let me heal. Let me cast a spell on him.
Hold on. Did you get that 10 hit points from my on hands that I gave you?
Yep.
Okay.
I took 18 from the.
Don't worry about the good berries. How about? Yeah. Let me do this.
Okay.
The good berries are perishable, though, right?
So it appears that we're going for another curative circle.
Circle jerk.
It's spell cast on you by the one-hander. And if you want to pass over any good berries, that's fine. But what you guys start to realize is that the stone above you and kind of over the waterway that you kind of see ahead of you, stones start to kind of rumble down, and so does a bit of snow. And as you kind of look up in that direction, you see a very large bipedal figure start to descend down the rocks with kind of a weird goat-like grace, and it kind of stops down at the lip of the water and reaches down with kind of just a dopey-looking just features to it, and puts its big hand in the water and starts lifting the water up to its mouth. And this is what that guy looks like.
Where did you post it?
Fuck.
He's right there.
No, it's right there.
Holy shit.
Everybody make let's just go with an Arcana or Nature check, your choice.
Oh, I can nature the hell out of it. Let's see this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the best.
Okay. Aramil and Chi. The two of you kind of look at it, and you actually recognize what kind of giant it is. It is a cloud giant. Chi, make me another intelligence check. Okay, I'm giving you advantage on this one because, again, it's something from last session, and notes might not have been taken. It's fine. But you remember that when you were speaking to someone, you don't remember who, but they had mentioned something, a cloud giant on the top of the mountain, and its name was Eonis.
Do you remember what they mentioned about that giant?
Not off the top of my head. No.
All right.
But being that I am who I am, I will go ahead and step over here and say hello.
Yeah, if you recall correctly, it was the Kuatoa that mentioned this to you. Okay. You step out, and in what language do you say hello, Eonis? He kind of looks at you with a look on his face. His hand kind of stops in the water, and he's looking at you. And then, in a weird guttural language, he replies, does anybody speak giant?
I do.
He said, I am Eonis. How do you know my name?
So I'm going to, if Chi doesn't say anything right away, I'm going to assume that he doesn't know how to speak giant, and then I'm going to move down very carefully with my hands up and say, hello, Eonis. My name is Faren Gothel, the Furbolg, and we are here in peace. We do not come in anger.
As you're talking, like saying the words and looking at him, he was lifting another, handful of water to his face, but as he sees you and you are talking, he kind of like just his hand kind of just turns just slightly and his jaw drops. And he's looking at you with like a look of surprise, and the water just splashes into the pool beneath him, and he's staring at you.
I say,
Oh, great, bro.
You come from the green. Did the Archfey send you?
no, we are actually looking for the Archfey. I wink at Chi.
You're currently lying. He kind of looks at you and he says, "Then you must know his name." And you can see that he's inquisitive, and he intuited that you might be fibbing.
Oh, and then what I say is, well, I have to be honest with you. We did not know there was Archfey up here when we came up. We are living down in the caves, and we don't really like it there. And we were very happy to have stumbled upon this place, and with the clean water and everything. So, and to meet you is an honor. We have heard of you from the fish people. I'm going to assume that she told me at one point.
Walked up and wiped some brain from his nose.
You met Nunsa?
Was that their name? I'm not sure.
From what you were told, Nunsa was the lead fishman.
Oh, okay, yes, and we have created a alliance with them. They're helping us survive down in those caves.
It is just like the dreaming told me. He looks to you. You are of the circle of the eye, the circle of the mind, the circle of dreams. Are you not?
Yes, I am. I'm happy to have met you if you know of my kind.
Corcheus said that he would meet with you. Corcheus said that he would send an envoy, a furbolg from the Shezas, and its name would be, as you have said it. And he says in giant, in a more guttural fashion, speaking your name as truly as it can be spoken. And it kind of harkens back to your time back in, your Furbolg encampment, or the Eladrin enclave with the Furbolgs that you were with. Faren Goethol. And you're kind of like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like smiling with glee, like when I found the good berries, but better, because here's another friendly giant. This is like, it doesn't get any better than this, guys.
No, it doesn't.
He says, I am not allowed within the mountain, but I walk across its tops. I am what is known as the king of this mountain, but unfortunately I do not reign over its entirety. The sleeper lies within, but Corcheus says that the way will be opened to me through his envoy.
Well, who is this Corcheus?
Make a Arcana check for me, buddy.
All right, this is like a straight roll with a -1.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you advantage on it, and 12's good enough. So there is what is known as the Court of Stars in my campaign setting. It's not like the Court of Stars in other settings. And how it works is there's basically one aspect of the Fey pantheon that kind of represents 1 month, and is actually the representation of the zodiac for that month. In each season, the center month is the Witweaven, or fair maiden of that season. So if you were to worship the goddess of autumn, you would be kind of focused on that center month as your holy month. But if you were to worship a different aspect of the Witweaven and worship a zodiac member, like, for example, the Corcheus is a member of the month of summer, or the season of summer. So his lead, and then he is the first month of summer, the worm. Corcheus is also known as the Horse Lord, the Unicorn, the Master of Unicorns. He is an Archfey, but he is basically one of those 12. He sits on the Court of Stars.
Oh, that is such an honor to even talk about that person. And you know him? Or is it him then, not a her?
Him, her.
Oh.
He kind of shakes his head. I don't believe there is a difference when it comes to the Archfey. And he says, he has sent me a dream. He has sent me a dream that says that his envoy, Faren Goethol, will come and will be my representation within the mountain.
Yes, that would bring me great joy and honor to be your representative within the mountain.
This glade is temporary. This glade is a simple meeting point. Within a day or so, it will be covered with snow, as the rest of the mountain is. So I cannot tell you to meet me here again, but you will know where to meet me when the time is ready. He kind of comes over to you, stepping into the water, and as he kind of looks to you, he says, "I can grant you or one of your allies a blessing. The blessing of Corsaeus.
What is
Would
what
you
is
like-
the blessing of Corsaeus?
Who would you like to receive this blessing?" And if you it doesn't sound like he's going to tell you what the blessing is, but if you'd like to make just an insight check or arcana check or a nature check to kind of try and figure it, you can if you want.
I would like to try to figure it because it wouldn't do me any good to give it to Typhon unless it was attaching an arm or something.
Sure. It's not that, but yeah, go ahead. And
Yeah.
Insight, either insight, nature, or arcana, your choice.
I think. I thought I clicked on something.
Typhon
you know what?
raises his hand while holding his hand.
All right, hang on a minute. I can ask about that.
Okay. So you would know that Corsaeus, the Lord of Horses, the Master of Unicorns, it's either going to be something about speed, transportation, or possibly healing.
Oh man, guys, not that I don't like you, but if it's something healing or something like that, that would be great for me because then I could heal the shit out of people. So I'm gonna go up to him and get down on a knee and say, to better serve you, please give the gift to me, and then I will help my friends as necessary.
Okay. He reaches down to you, but he kind of is on his knees near you. But as he kind of looks to you, he kind of pushes his hand into the water and pulls his finger out. And when he does, he kind of moves it over to you. And his digit is pretty massive. In fact, it's almost the size of your face when he touches you.
Yeah, you don't want him.
Upon your brow. When he does with the water and touches you on your forehead, you get this kind of just relieved feeling, and just this sense of rightness. You gain the following features: your speed is increased by 10 feet.
Sweet.
And once per day, you can use the ability Healing Touch. You touch another creature with your forehead. The target magically regains 2d8 plus 2 hit points. In addition, the touch removes all diseases and neutralizes all poisons afflicting the target.
Ooh, sweet.
Sick.
And I will make a boon card for you because it is technically a boon that you're receiving.
Sweet.
You'll be able to reference. But
So that'll just be a card, or will it actually go on my character sheet?
you can put it on your character sheet too.
Okay.
It'll be basically like a magic item card that'll be making for you.
Okay. Well, then after he does that, and I feel I thank him for the boon, and then I say, one of my companions was damaged by a roper underground and in a tower, and it ripped his arm off. Do you know anything around here that could help him?
Nah, he's fucked.
Oh, that's what I thought, but I didn't know if we dipped him in the water 3 times and turned him around or something, If it would help.
I know that the dwarfs that lived underneath hundreds of years ago were masters of the arcane, and when it came to crafting things of stone and metal and artifice, that knowledge may prove useful to you in your endeavor to return him to his station, or you could hope to find someone who could possibly cast regeneration.
Yes, thank you for the wise information. You know what? I want to ask him something before he leaves. I'm going to say, if I had a way to communicate with you, and I could give it to you, would that be useful, or would you rather meet me whenever I feel it?
If I trance to Corsaeus and I can have him give you messages, then I should be able to reach out to you. Reaching out to me will prove difficult as I march the mountaintops. If you wish to meet with me, exit out of the mouth of the cave that you exited out of just moments ago, and use some effect to create light in the sky, and I will see it and I will walk to it.
Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, I could use Moonbeam or something.
This pool is temporary, as I said, but it still has the latent magic of the Feywild, of the Shazos that touches this mountain. If you would like, I can return you back to a pool that you've been to that has been touched by this magic, or if you'd like, you can continue back the way you came.
Ooh, I ask my friends, come closer. Do you guys want to teleport out of here, or do we want to walk out? I think Typhon, your decision's going to be a big one because obviously you're the most injured.
Teleport.
Okay, as a player, I want to leave. As a character, Typhon's like, I want to fight all the evil things.
He's like, I'm going to walk it off, right? You're that guy.
Exactly. Yeah, Typhon is that guy.
Rub dirt in it. All right, I'm going to
Exactly.
stock up on water and then say, could you please? I think, do you think we could just teleport out of here, guys, as a group?
Yep.
Yeah, real quick from a dungeon master's standpoint, I could do 30 minutes at most more. So if you just want to teleport out, that'd spare me a lot of time. Because I don't think you're going to be able to, with just 3 of you and the NPC,
Yeah.
deal with other things. So yeah, that said, you guys are taking that option, right? The teleportation?
Let's do it, guys.
Yep.
I think everybody said yeah, except for Typhon.
All right.
I mean, basically, as the spell happens and they get ready to leave, Typhon gives the cloud giant a one-armed salute.
That's not flipping him off, is it?
No, like literally, like he did us a solid, and Typhon's like probably would have died.
All right, because I'm tight with that guy now.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Like if he's basically like if he's good with Faren.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what, Typhon? We tease you a lot, but you're a buddy, and we're actually real bummed. We're real bummed that you lost an arm.
Imagine in
Yeah.
character, a whole lot of people were like mad.
He asked you to step into the pool. You guys all do so, even Andruxil. Once you do, she says something up to him in Sylvan. Do you speak Sylvan, Faren?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
She says some strange words that sound Elvish, but they're not. And he looks down at her, and he kind of has a worried look on his face.
Sylvan.
Yeah, check it. I mean, I thought they did too. That's why I asked.
What? What'd you say?
Pretty sure
Furbolg speak
Furbolg know Sylvan.
No,
They know Giant, Elvish, and a couple other language, and I happen to pick. I think I picked Elvish. I'm glad I picked Elvish.
Oh,
That's
yeah, it looks like it's
common, Elvish, and Giant. But anyways,
yeah.
Point of the matter is she says something up to him in Sylvan. You know it's Sylvan, but you don't know what she says. He looks back down at her and says something in Sylvan as well in response, but he has a kind of worried look on his face. She nods her head somberly and then steps into the water to receive the ritual that he's about to prepare. He kind of puts his hands back in the water, pulls them up, water dripping from his palms down towards the water, and then he slams both of his hands into the water, making a loud water clap. As the sound echoes in your ear and then finally stops echoing in your ear, you guys realize that you're standing in the pool that's outside of the factory, inside the ruins. So you're not too far away from the camp. And you,
Right,
you march it off and gain some experience. So a lot of you will be gaining...
What was it he said to you?
975 experience apiece.
ah shit, so close.
Oh, sorry.
Sweet, I leveled.
I'm sorry. Hold on a second. Ropers. Trap. Okay. So it would actually be 1,275.
Ooh, even better.
75.
I leveled up to 6th level now.
Yep. And real quick, Chad, did you have any non-magical weaponry like on your person? The daggers, right?
The Lavacine daggers, yeah.
As you pull them out and start kind of finicking with them, you find out that they're rusted inside their sheaths and are useless. You'd also note that all of your coins, if you had them on your person, are all just piles of rust.
Jesus fucking Christ, man.
Yeah.
Man, Typhon, you can't have anything. You ruin every good thing that you have.
But yeah, 1,275 per person, and you guys.
What about my quarterstaff?
Well, it's made out of wood. I don't give a shit. You can keep it.
Okay, what about my magical items?
Magical items are fine.
Thank
I
God.
asked the drow
Yeah.
what she was asking.
It would just be the
Okay.
stuff that's kind of up towards your front, so it'd be the daggers and the coin purse. And she says to you in response, she says, I asked him what news he had from the dreaming world, since he seems to have known about it. At least that's what he spoke to Faren about. And I asked him if he had seen my matron. He replied he had not seen her ever since the entity arrived.
Oh no.
Real quick, John, I would like to point out that precious metals don't rust.
Sorry?
Precious metals don't rust.
Sure, I understand that, but those coins are all fucked.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a dickhole. Basically, the effect was dexterity save, DC, I think it was 16. Any armor, weaponry, or currency that's currently on you is slag. That's why that trap was worth 250 experience apiece.
Fuck.
You got hosed this time.
Yeah, it was a
Well,
shit-
I have 2 fucking platinum rings worth 50 GP.
Oh, no. So hold on. Were you wearing your rings like a goofball?
No, they're spell components. I have them in my pocket.
Oh, they weren't in your backpack?
I mean, they're spell components.
Oh,
I
so
need
they-
them to cast a spell.
Okay, is warding bond a action spell or a ritual spell?
It's an action spell.
Oh, okay, then yeah, they're gone.
God damn it. And my bracelets too?
Were they on your person?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gone.
Okay. God damn it, John. You better give me a fucking free arm for this.
I'll do what I want.
Let me rephrase that. You better give me a fucking hand for this.
Yeah.
You know, it would be awesome if you got like a Koa-Toa hand or something. So like, if one hand that's a fish hand.
Or a Kenku wing.
Yeah, that would be so sweet. That'd be even better.
Just one though, so he flies around in circles.
Oh man.
What you will learn when you get back to camp is that greater restoration isn't really something that's going to help your arm. And that is the most powerful regenerative spell that she has. Yeah, I don't think lesser restoration does it.
Did we figure out how much residuum we got?
Yeah, we
It was
did.
200 each.
Was
Thank
it
God
two-
it didn't fucking destroy that.
No magic that she has within her power is going to be able to restore your arm.
Hey, I tell you what, I'll give you the stone for that residuum.
Hey, Shaff.
Deal.
Happy.
Can I make a suggestion for you there, Noah? Get the rope too.
That's what I offered, was the rope and I don't know what the residium does. I just wrote 200 gold. So
Well, residuum I can use when I craft.
Hey, Chappy.
Okay. Real quick. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Talk to Shaff.
No, I just wanted to go on record as saying I stuck my hand in that thing's fucking mouth so it wouldn't bite you anymore.
it was nice of you to save my life, man.
Yeah, man, you're my boy. You're like fucking
I love you
credit
guys.
because you survived.
Bro, shit. But anyways, real quick,
Okay.
Tao, since you asked about it earlier, and I just want to make sure you understand. So to create and craft a common magic item, just a common magic item in the environment that you're currently in, that'd be stuff that you'd find that is non-consumable, because you won't be able to create consumables that like proper reagents and stuff, but like Kablu has. But if you're wanting to craft like a magical item, okay, to create a common one, it's going to cost you 500 gold pieces worth of residuum and 1 day worth of no adventuring time. So if you were like next session, you'd have to skip next session to be able to build during that time. If you're
Well,
wanting
see, I got all that steel from.
Sure. So if you're wanting to create non-magical items, depending on what you're crafting, it's going to be basically 500 gold pieces cost. If it's 500 gold pieces cost, it's going to cost, or less, it's going to cost you a day's worth of just downtime working at it. If you're and you have the materials proper to do it. If you're wanting to create something that's 1,000 gold pieces, it's going to cost you 2 days. If it's going to be a 1,500 or less, or 1,500 or more, it's 3 days. And for 2,000 and above, it's going to be 5 days.
Okay, so how much does full plate armor cost?
That's a great question.
Yeah, it costs a shitload of money, which I'm now without because I have none.
Plate armor will cost you
1,500.
So it would take you 3 days with the steel that you have to craft a suit of plate armor for yourself.
All right, what about if I just went splint? That's 200.
Yeah, so that would cost you 1 day of work to get that constructed.
Okay, and if I wanted to make it magical, I got the residium.
So for magical items in creation, if you want to make a common magical item, you need the residium, 500 gold pieces, and the object that you're enchanting. So I think there's in the common magic item lists in Xanathar's, you have things like the Cloak of Billowing, or some nonsense like that. It's going to cost you 1 day and 500 gold pieces worth of residium. If you're wanting to create a uncommon magic item like a +1 sword or
Well, I just wanted to make magical armor to get more AC.
Sure, I think that's a rare magic item. So residium wise, well, let me double check.
More than I got.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna be cheap. So +1 armor is rare, so it will cost you. Let's see, where was I? 500, 1,000, 1,500 gold pieces worth of residium, and 3 days worth of downtime to make.
Now, is that to make the entire suit of armor from scratch?
To make a rare magic item, you need the armor first, and then you need
so it's 1,500 DP and 3 days on top of the suit
just
of armor.
to enchant it. Yeah. So there's enchant time and build time. Build time. If you were making a suit of plate armor, for example, it would take you 3 days and 1,500 gold pieces worth of materials. Okay, and materials can be anything from that steel you just picked up to the tools you already have on your person. Just add the things that you're using to build the item together, and you don't expend everything. Just the materials that I think would be parts that add to it. Yeah, and then you build the item.
All right.
The other option. The other option is to ask Mardigan to see if he can't requisition it from Stormloft, and that will take more time, but you don't have to wait for it, or you don't have to go on downtime to get it. So you'd say to Mardigan, I need a suit of plate armor, and he'd say, I need 1,500 gold pieces. You'd give him the 1,500 gold pieces, and then anywhere between, it would be, I think, my current time-wise, it's 2d6 plus 2 number of days is how long it could take, maximum. I'm sorry, 1d6 plus 2. Sorry, my brain is bad.
Oh man, sorry. I've got a lot to fucking think about.
Yeah,
oh,
and I'll get more rules on Mardigan's nature and also crafting as well. The other thing, though, is if we can figure out the Bunder thing, that'll add another NPC to the group that can also help with crafting. That said, I'm going to go ahead and kill this stream for now. Feel free to post a follow-up. I know that Chad has been itching to do so. And just post.
This kind of changes everything.
Yep, a lot. Yeah, it's what a session will do. But yeah, if you want to type a little blurb about yourself, great. If you don't want to do it in the forum on Facebook, you can go ahead and go into the Discord, and you'll see that there are 2 chat windows. There's one that's general and one that's in character only. If you go into the in character only section, you can type some stuff in there.
Oh my god, my mind's about to be fucking blown.
I accidentally typed and posted Jingle Cats in the. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that, but the pictures will stay. That was a bad move on my part. But yeah, that said, I'm gonna go ahead and kill the stream, and I will see you guys on the next time. I might be running this weekend, by the way.
John?
Yeah.
I had a fucking great time.
Yeah.
I
know a lot of crazy shit happened to Typhon, but it's fucking good stuff.
I just want to make sure, that I reassert myself. And in the earlier times, if you did something stupid, it hurt. And I just want to make sure that after we had a little fun with the new players. We did a little bit of stuff on the side. But if I'm going to get mostly big boys like, Aramil, fucking, these dudes have been around since the beginning. I'm not pulling punches.
So yeah, I wasn't expecting any mercy. I just knew, hey, if he's got something in his mouth already, he can't fucking fight my friends.
Yep.
Yeah, I will tell you something, Chad, which I'm sure you already know, but I have to say it. Like, you can, if you talk your way out of a fight, you still get XP because you talked your way out of a fight. So, like, if you would have let me